Are you over it yet? Absolutely not. Still mad as hell. But you know what? After watching the 49ers presser yesterday, they all had that face like, all right, yeah, move on. We're ready to move on. You got to get, you know what? They're right. Don't let that stuff fester. All right, you screwed up. Oh, fine. Okay. Get mad, kick the locker, slap people in the hallways on your way to the locker room to take a shower last night. After today, get up, focus. You lose again, you're dead meat. It's more important than dwelling on that game. Well, fan, we need to talk about this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the Hawks resume Niners ownership. See, that doesn't even resonate well, even when you think it, even if you don't say it. It sits in your mind. It just sits there and just bends light in your head. It's just, oh, God. But anyway, fam, some of what has taken place between the Niners and the Hawks could be explained a little. But even after nearly 10 years, the Niners' absolute inability to get past the Hawks' domination no matter what has entered the realm of phenomenon. You know, because this ain't just about this year or last year or since Kyle Shanahan got here. Hell, this has been going on when Kyle Shanahan was still in high school. Well, maybe not high school, but he was in college, right? So what was Jimmy Garoppolo? Must have been in elementary school. So we're going to be grading each and every phase of yesterday's game tonight in an attempt to make sense of yet another beat down from Seattle. And we'll go to the phones after breaking down the action that took place in the Emerald City and gather your thoughts on the game between the Niners versus the Hawks. I'm telling you, man, and we've had to live through, a lot of us have lived through this since 2012, unbelievable situation. Somebody sent me an email. No, Alex Smith beat the Munson in Seattle. Yeah. Was that 2011? Maybe? Or 2010, somewhere in there? Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. How's a team own you that long? And the Niners do so, yep. As has been the case each and every week, Elijah Mitchell is in concussion protocol this week instead of having a rib or a finger or anything else. He's you know what I worry about with him, fam? He keeps on pushing. But you wonder how much his little body can take. I mean, he's not a big, bad dude. He's a strong, little, fast guy. But every week, it's questionable as to whether you're going to be able to compete next week. That's kind of frightening. And I got some things to say about that in a minute, too, as far as Kyle's judgment on that. But anyway, Mosley will be out for weeks due to that ankle sprain being it's a high sprain, as you might know by now. With Mosley expected to miss some time, the Niners could look to their 2 rookie draft picks to emerge from the group, in addition to veteran corner Dante Johnson, who closed out the game following a brief appearance by Diamador Lenore, which scared everybody to death. Shanahan said, "Coach, we'll see how the week plays out. We're obviously struggling in that area, and losing E-Man definitely doesn't make it easier." Quote. Meanwhile, as the Niners have some questions at CB and RB entering into the week, they feel optimistic in Fred Warner's impending return to the field. Warner was doubtful heading up to the weekend and spent the week making a strong push to return to the field. I was so proud of you, Fred. Man, Coach, I'm ready, Coach. Come on now, Seattle. Come on, Coach. But Coach said no way. And Saturday, as anticipated, Coach Shanahan will expect Warner to make his return to practice on Wednesday when the Niners reconvene at the team facility in prep for their Week 14 matchup against the Bengals, a positive sign in his potential return. And my God, if being shorthanded this week, you go into the week playing Seattle, you figure being shorthanded, that's fine. Seattle sucks. You're supposed to beat them. But then again, no, it's Seattle, and don't ever forget that. I'm done. Next time we go to Clink, I don't care what year it is, until I get confirmation that whatever it is in that place is over, I'm going to assume that. And you know me, I don't be thinking the 49ers going to lose. But I know when we play in the Clink, it's going to be an L. That's all there is to it. What we got away with in 2019 was more of an outlier. I mean, that was an outlier. We beat them in a serious game like that. It's hard to grasp. But we had every last player. We missed one or two players, if you noticed yesterday, because there's just no doubt in my mind. If Debo's there yesterday, there is no game. It's over. But he wasn't. And that's what I'm talking about. They had people out. They can still win. And I don't, well, because we have Jimmy and they have Russ. Damn that. They had too many people out, okay? Just too many people out. We only had 3 or 4. So it just still doesn't figure. There's still uncertainty surrounding Debo. Fred may be back, though. Debo suffered that groin injury in the third quarter of the night as Week 12 versus the Vikings and was expected to miss 1 to 2 weeks. And Debo was trying to tell me, man, I'm going to be back next week, man. Come on now. Don't play me, man. I'll be back next week. Because he's such a warrior. He wants to play. I got a feeling Debo will go out there and fake it. But he can't. Coaches are watching. Doctors are telling everybody, no, his leg is still injured. Debo, you can't play. No, Coach, you need me. He does. He's right. Anyway, Jimmy Garoppolo's final 2 passes resulted in incompletions that were a complete exercise in futility. As you watch the pass get batted down to the ground harmlessly, Jimmy sat running around saying things like, there's every confidence that I know that was going to be a touchdown had they not batted it down. Jimmy, the thing is that you got batted. Okay. GK should have been targeted once the Niners got to the 7-yard line anyway with 4 snaps, of course. Why, Kyle? Why? Just go after him. Just let George do his thing. But the Hawks thought the same thing, which was the problem, and denied him from adding to a 9-catch, 181 yards, 2-touchdown day. They wasn't about to let GK get to have $200 yard day. See, that's why. And then you look at that. If George had did that, all that, he was the central focus of the offense most of the day. But still, Kyle, there must be somewhere you can incorporate a blend. You know, we've had George blocking too much. You've got guys that are capable of blocking now, Kyle. Put your dual tight end sets out there. Let Charlie Warner, Dwelly, or somebody else handle the grunt work. And let George, you want to let George cook. And if you got Debo on the side, what the hell is the defense going to do with both of them? Tom Compton can't allow Carlos Dunlap to block that 4th and goal pass. Just can't do it. Michael McGlinchey would have been pistol whipped had it occurred on his watch, and everybody knows that, right? So, you know, I'm not talking about McGlinchey ever again either. I don't know if he's coming back or not. They say that kind of injury may be one of those career-ending injuries. We'll see. But the Niners absolutely missed Debo, who hopefully returns next Sunday at Cincinnati, but it's not a given. It's not a plus. It may not be a minus. I may not be a promise. But when he comes back, don't just leave GK out of the mix like that, Kyle. You can make this so much easier. If you're going to play an offense where you just want to get rid of the ball quick and put it in the playmaker's hands, then for the love of God, man, how do you explain not using GK? Brandon Ayuk produced 34 of his 55 yards on the final drive, but should have produced more earlier, right? We can and will blame the officials for not flagging the 3rd down hold of Trent Sherfield. But as the players said during the presser yesterday, you know, you stay out of the officials' damned way. You don't let them don't give them the opportunity to determine the game, because they're gonna do it. And if you're in Seattle, you know damned well it's going to be in favor of the Hawks each and every time. Not sometime. Each and every time. It's gonna be something leaning in the way of the Hawks to win. That's all there is to it. And we need to understand that. Kyle Shanahan, you need to understand that. And I believe the 49ers by now, the team players, they all know that. Don't put yourself in that position. Do everything you can to pad, like a bank account. So when you get to that 4th quarter and stuff starts getting weird, you've already got enough savings to win. Let's look at the grades. Run offense, a D. Those final 2 pass plays, if you run okay on the first 2 downs and a running team, keep going. Keep going, Coach. You know, you stopped all of a sudden and did what you did. Keep going with you could have been. Why didn't run? Jeffrey Wilson should have had more run, Kyle. He should have had more burn. You could see after that elbow shot to the head, Elijah Mitchell was definitely. Elijah Mitchell had 22 carries for only 66 yards, ending a stretch in which the Niners' rushing attack absolutely dictated their pass games. E. Mitchell broke nothing beyond 9 yards. And Coach Shannon refused to try Jeff Wilson Jr. or JaMychal Hasty at ball carrier. Just wouldn't do it. So using GK on an end around seemed a little desperate and dangerous, actually. That's Debo's territory, Kyle. There's other things you can do with George, but don't do that. Don't. Just don't. Overall, the O was responsible for 6 of the team's season-high 10 penalties. On a day like this against them, God, those Hawks. Pass defense, give them a D. Losing Emmanuel Mosley and Kwaski T to injuries just deleted any chance the 49ers had already with that struggling secondary. Diamador Lamore struggled painfully in his first significant action since the opening 3 games of this season. Then veterans Josh Norman and Dante Johnson put a nail in the coffin. Okay. Josh and Dante, they weren't awful, but they weren't key moments. You need somebody who can really get it done, right? And they're not capable of that. So the secondary is far too vulnerable. And then you get roughing the passer penalties on Arden Key and Charles Omenihu. That enhanced the Seahawks touchdown drive before the half. See, that's why people say, man, y'all need to stop talking about the officials. Did Omenihu, was that a fair call in anybody's book? I mean, he's inches away from wrapping Russ up. And Russell, within a split second, throws a little short pass. The ref throws the flag, 15 yards. Nick Bosa got his 12 sacks of the season and hit Russell Wilson 3 times, which should have been enough to make a difference, but the Niners needed a lot more, apparently. Eric Armstead and Jordan Willis each had a sack, while Key split one with Azeez Al-Shar. That name. Wilson even with some wild-ass throws. Completed 81% of his passes, 31 of 37, 231 yards. But kudos Al-Shar for forcing a fumble at the 2 with 4:03 to spare, as well as to the fumble forcing plays earlier by DJ Jones, K'Waun Williams, and Nick Bosa. They all came to play. But if you don't repair that secondary, there's going to be avenues for quarterbacks to throw, and the guys aren't going to have time to get to what they do best done. Run defense gets a B. Playing without Fred Warner for the first time since 2018 didn't decimate this unit, not with Al-Shar. Al-Shar racking up 16 tackles in his place, and I'm talking about perfectly placed and timed. Take away the 73-yard touchdown run on the fake punt against the return unit, and the 49ers run defense allowed only 73 yards on 26 carries. Jones stopped Adrian Peterson for a 5-yard loss on his first carry of a mostly unimpressive Seahawks debut. 11 carries, 16 yards, 1 yard. I mean, DJ just caught the big boy like a baseball. Pop. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling that, DJ. Special teams. And, fam, you know what the grade is on that. I haven't been paying attention to special teams that much this year. Last year, I thought about somebody pointed them out as being a sieve for the last few weeks. I just didn't think much of it. It's true. Another ridiculous performance. They get an F. When special teams falter, all other team deficiencies are exposed, to be fair. That's just the way it is. But they were surprised by a fake punt for the game's first touchdown. They saw Travis Benjamin fumble away the second half's kickoff, reminiscent of Trenton Cannon's botched kickoff that triggered the Niners' October loss to Seattle. It's as if you did, you think about what you just saw yesterday and the other Seahawks game. You wonder if they don't rehearse this stuff. How the hell you go come out and do that twice in the same exact place? How? Against that same team. Oh, and about Cannon, I ain't got nothing to say bad about Cannon. He made a mistake, but Travis Benjamin's been around for a long time. I don't, I'll give him a pass. But Travis Benjamin, the Niners were comforted to hear the Niners were comforted to hear that he is stable and responsive after an awkward hit on the opening kickoff that resulted in a concussion and an exit by an ambulance, which was really scary. Continuing, though, with the special teams comedy crew, Robbie Gould missed a point after kick at a time when points were extremely important. This is a comedy of errors, all game long. Why couldn't, we've looked good coming down these last 4 games up until yesterday, right? We did pretty much almost everything right, almost textbook a lot of times, right? And then when you play the Hawks, all of a sudden you just start coming up with all these little mistakes you haven't been making in God knows a month. Robbie missed a field goal, last week, but we still came out okay. Robbie, coaching, yeah. You know what? Normally you don't put Fs on everything, but you got to put coaches failed. The Niners should have beat the hell out of down and out Seahawks team. They really should have. I mean, we had a few people out, but come on, Niners, come on. Instead, Coach Shanahan, he put an exclamation on the Niners' self-inflicted wounds, which should include his play calling once the Niners got to the 7-yard line in the final minute. See, this is why I don't always put the spotlight on players in certain situations. Because you got to put them in a position to win. You do. And you've been around a long time. You know what it takes. You've seen what works, especially with this team. You've been with these guys for how long? You know what they're capable of and when they're going to be able to execute. You do. So why keep popping that ball in the air in the Jimmy RPO? Hell, you might as well win. If that's all you're gonna do, then bring in the faster kid off the bench. Hell, I'm a Jimmy fan, but I would have done that if that's all you were gonna do. Come on, Kyle. D'Amico Ryan's defense again faltered in the secondary with poor coverage and penalties. Richard Hightower's special teams units are just becoming way too unreliable. If we see another coast-to-coast run on the 49ers on special teams next week, then we'll know it's really, man. You know what's really funny, though? As much as we moan and groan, with all these issues, the 49ers are a 500 team. And that's if they would just straighten up. Even with the injuries. Discipline, fam. You know what? Even with the guys that are playing second string and third string, just coach, have that guy ready. Look into his eyes and see if he really gets it. Run him through a few more drills. Go through a few more reps. Does he really get it? If not, let's just stay all evening and get this ready. I don't care about the NFL Players Union. If they make a phone call, you've already got the workout in, and tell them you're sorry and it won't happen again. They want to pay a fine? Judge doesn't care. He wants to win. We want to win. And yet, with all the issues, as I say, 500 with a shot at the playoffs with enough time to recapture late season momentum. Fam, the only good thing we have going for us is there's a lot of other teams that are sucking even worse. Lots of them below us. Lots. And they're right around the same record. We're actually the better of the sucking teams. If that makes you feel any better. We're right there. We're tied with the Washington football team for the wild card. Fam, is there anything you want to add to the grades that you saw, the feelings? We're going to continue right where we left off from yesterday. My dog Casey, Ronbo, you didn't have to overkill the thumbnail tonight. That's what I felt when I saw that picture. I said, you know what? This is a definitive shot of what happened yesterday. You got the Hawks running downfield, all the 12. He's out there, and he's just going wild, and the 49ers trailing behind him. That was just, whoa. Ooh, that was epic. That scene. Kirk B says, shout out from Eastern Ohio. I'm real worried about our run game and secondary going forward. Jimmy and Kyle aren't compatible anymore. It feels like as well. What do you think? If they've ever been compatible, actually. See, Kyle's always going to, a lot of people think, I got to tell you, when Jimmy leaves, it's still going to be a run-first offense. People think it's going to change. It's not. Kyle's got to bend and become a little more flexible with his offense and let his guys use their talents. Stop insisting on things and let them do something off schedule. I wish Jimmy would just do things off schedule sometimes, just sometimes to see if it works. I know. Anthony, should have had refs continued ownership of 49ers. True. Easy the third. Ronbo Sports, did you see that video? DK stepping on Tart's ankle, and the TD looks pretty dirt. Oh, also, how about that shot underneath Elijah Mitchell's chin, putting him in a concussion protocol? The refs don't give a damn. I wish we'd get dirty with them at least 1 week. Oh, God, I'd love it. We're always the clean guys. Even when we played in the Super Bowl, we were the nice guys. We didn't hold. No. We played fair football. What the hell for? Hey, yo, T-Flow.
Yo, what up, Ronbo? How's it going?
T-Flow, I'm just looking at this mess and trying to figure out why we can't get over this ownership of the Seahawks. T-Flow, give me some of what you think, because I know I had to stop you short yesterday, but what else did you want to add to yesterday? Anything you want to add to today after knowing all the facts that have been uncovered today?
Man, you said a lot of stuff, bro. I was like, wow, yeah, Rombo's talking like me now, saying that Kittle should be more involved in the offense. Because he should have been ever since he got that high paying contract. He should be in the offense. He's not a decoy. I'm sorry. And when Shanahan said he was doing the run pass option, I'm like, wow. I could have sworn Kyle Shanahan said Trey Lance knows the playbook, the whole playbook since August. Just that Trey Lance needs repetition. He needs reps in the games. And then he says
he don't even need reps to run the RPO. That comes natural to him.
I know, but exactly. But then he says he has packages for Trey Lance, and like he uses and whenever he feels he's gonna put them out there. If he knows he's gonna run a run pass option, why not call his number, Trey Lance, where he's known for that, and not only that, you're a head coach, you're an offensive wizard. Your running back, Debo is gone, right? The only legit running back you have is Elijah, but he's still kind of injured. We have a running quarterback who, when he plays, the yards per carry goes up. Why wouldn't he want to incorporate him in the offense? I'm not saying be a starter. Packages, just like he said. Oh yeah, I have packages for Trey. What's really the problem? Is it the George Kittle and all them? They don't wanna share the love with and get Trey Lance in, because if you look at our record, you were saying we're the best team out of all the 6-6 teams. But I would argue
teams,
the best sucking team. But I would argue is that we were supposed to be Super Bowl contenders.
I know.
So we're the worst. I'm sorry. You can say we're the best sucky team, but we should have never been in this situation from the get-go.
In the first place.
We should literally be in the first place. We shouldn't even be talking about this. So why are we still playing Jimmy Garoppolo where he's not going to be here next year? Seriously, what's the point? Because if we look at it, we're at a 6-6 record. Do you think we can be 6-6 or even better if we had Trey Lance? I think we'll be 6-6 with this record, and possibly even better than 6-6, because Jimmy's a statue in the pocket. He can't make these out of his own. Trey can. He knows the offense, just like what Kyle said. Kyle said he knows the playbook.
It's not about it's the thing is confidence in what Kyle wants to do. Kyle's offense is all about get rid of the ball quick and put in the playmaker's hands. Now, it does take a certain amount of time to get that down pat, and Jimmy does. If one thing Jimmy can do, he can get rid of the ball quick. But on that play, you got 4 downs to get into the end zone. Just use Trey, all right? You got 4 downs.
That's what I said yesterday.
See if your running backs can get in. But if they can't, you still got Trey as an option. Kyle starts getting cute. I'm gonna run my sophisticated offense. Not now, Kyle. Get the ball in the friggin' end zone. No, you can't do it. He's got to still play games. So, it's a judgment call. And in hindsight, I'll bet you, when nobody's looking at you asking about that, that's probably what I should have did. But he's not going to.
See, but the thing is, that's what I said. Yes, that's what I don't get. Why isn't he pulling the trigger? What is he really afraid of? Because it has to be something in the locker room within the players. Because everybody loves Jimmy, right? Because if you remember Kittle's offense, right? Everybody was talking how good Trey was, and what was George Kittle's response? Was he's only 21 years old, saying that he's not ready yet.
T-Flow, that's going to matter to the veterans on the team, though. Realistically,
exactly.
They don't know Trey, and they've known Jimmy for years. So you're not even if it's you and I, we might see the kid has talent, but we'd feel more comfortable with the guy we've been going to the trenches and wars with. And they've been winning. It's not like they've been losing every time Jimmy's out there. So they know what they get from him. And they're supposed to execute.
But hindsight 2020. During the win, it wasn't because of Jimmy Garoppolo. It was because of Debo Samuel. That was the main reason why. We have the running game on pass.
You got to realize there's still they're still one unit wired together. Even though there's no
Yeah,
connection.
1 year.
Every one of them doing different jobs, there's still a cerebral connection. And when you break that up, now there's a confidence fail somewhere here and there. You don't want that. You got to go with the veteran in this case because you got veterans on the field. This was the plan from the beginning. Maybe, you know what? One more loss, though, they're going to leave that plan.
Oh, it should be, because if you look at it, we're supposed to have a Super Bowl winning caliber team from the get-go. We're 6-6. All this, just because we love Jimmy as a veteran, that's my boy, that has to be scrapped, because as a player, your goal is to win.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And Jimmy is not showing improvements every game, because look at it. I saw your Twitter feed. It says, can you imagine if Deebo Samuel is not going to play next week? Our offensive business. We say that because we don't have faith in Jimmy Garoppolo, who can take over. That's the main reason why. We have offensive weapons in George Kittle. Yeah. We have offensive George Kittle. We got IU. We got
the thing is that they have been winning until this game, though. So Kyle's still going to think they can still win. But fam, we're going to
exactly. But we have been winning, but it was winning because of Deebo Samuel. This is the message.
This is always going to be said. It's never going to be because of Jimmy.
Let me just end it with this.
Hurry quick, because we're out of time.
All right, I don't want to hear nobody ever say about the refs cost the game. Let's use George Kittle's quote. Right? Just tell your coach to make better plays.
Yeah, and don't be in a position for the ref to determine the game. All right, D-Flow.
Exactly.
We'll see you midweek. All right,
Ronbo.
Vegas Eats Speaks. Now there's his name. Hey, you are better than blaming the refs. Seahawks just own you all. Keeping your head up, Niner faithful. You all will be playing in January. Good luck. Vegas Eats Speaks. Thank you very much. My problem is I'm always going to have a knee-jerk reaction to the ref's immediate call. And when you're struggling through 4 quarters of football and all of a sudden the ref makes a call that you can't believe and it gives an advantage to the opposite team, it's hard not to react. So that's my excuse on that. Ice, come on in, man.
Yeah, what it do?
It's just these stumbling blocks.
I couldn't talk to you yesterday, man. I had to meditate.
You feel better
what
after
happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to meditate, and I had to look at a few things. I hit you up on the Twitter a little earlier. He kind of chopped it a little something. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna even talk about the refs because that can go anyway. Home
and every team suffers. They're notorious this year. They've done this to a lot of teams.
Right. So I'm not gonna sit back and blame the refs. This is what we have to do. Bottom line, as far as the loss yesterday, we lost because we got outplayed in the end of the game. It's that simple. We couldn't run. We stopped running the ball. Shanahan got a little kooky. He panicked. He did. Just like he did with Super Bowl. Starting to become repetition when he get in tight games. We start to if you're not noticing, I'm noticing it too. Yeah. And Jimmy falls in that same category as well. We have to remember that what we did with Jimmy is what we get. He's not an elite guy. We know he got muddy feet. We know he's not a quarterback to throw the ball 30 times a game. He's just not that guy. And Shanahan has tried every way he can for the past 4 years since he's been there, protect Jimmy the best way he can with the run game and the scheme. It's going to play out sooner or later, dog. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong? Let's be 100 about it.
I have some reservations for all of it, but some of it's true.
How long? Think about it. There's going to be games. There's always going to be a game where his arm is going to have to decide the win of the game. No matter how we look at it, or how we spin it, or how many ways Kyle Shanahan does this and does that. Sooner or later in his career, not even if he's not here anymore, he's going to have to take it upon himself and win the game. Throw the passes when it counts. Go downfield. Do the extra. You understand what I'm saying? As a ball player, I was a ball player. You was a ball player. And we know for a fact, if I was in high school, and we both was in high school, and we had a QB that wasn't stepping up to the plate, where is he going? Where you going, Ronbo?
You know, there's so many concepts off this argument. Here's the thing, Ice.
But let's be 100.
In the pro level,
I'll put it like this.
No, all I'm saying is
On
at
the pro level,
you can't maverick. Jimmy Garoppolo, if we had a conversation with him, you, me, and him, I guarantee you, we say, that's not my decision. I just come out and do my job. We do things during practice, during the week. I follow the company line. And when we come out there and play,
I dig that. I understand that.
So I
understand
because
that.
I seen a Jimmy. You know why I say that, Ice? Because I seen a different Jimmy Garoppolo in 2017 when he first hit San Francisco. He was out there stepping around. He was directing wide receivers. He was doing things off schedule, right and left. He started learning the playbook, and all of a sudden he became this conservative, stand there in the pocket, navigate the offense. I read what Kyle Shanahan wants in his quarterbacks, and then I seen what he was doing.
Right.
I put it together. I realized what was going on. What you're seeing is Jimmy Garoppolo towing the company line more than anything else, and I realized that after about 3 weeks into 2018.
Exactly. So if that's the case, then either I got to go. That's the bottom line.
The thing is, Kyle needs to learn to be more flexible. And Jed York or somebody needs to play. Kyle, you know, you should probably extrapolate a little bit more from these guys because when we drafted them, when you got them in here, you knew the talents they possessed. You could work with their strengths a little bit more. No one's going to tell Kyle Shanahan what to do, though. But you and I would say, Kyle, let your quarterback do what he does. And then incorporate what you do with him.
I agree.
But don't
make
him discipline himself and stand there and do what you tell him to do because they're scared to go outside your realm of thinking. And then they look what they look like.
Right.
Because, mark my words, next year when we watch what he does to the new kid, I got a feeling we'll be having these same conversations.
But you know what's crazy? This is the thing. This is going to be a tale of the tape. If he pulls the same thing next year with this kid, they're going to fire him.
If they lose,
that's what's going to happen.
Definitely. But if they win.
If he pulls the same thing with this kid, if they win, then he's going like a genius. But if they lose, he's done. That's all I got to say on it.
Maybe.
I don't personally, another thing where we go, I hate to say it, I'm a team of 100. I love my team. If I was Debo, I'd fall back. We're not making the playoffs, though.
Don't get hurt.
We're not going to make the playoffs.
See if you can work a trade.
Don't get hurt. For real.
No.
Kittle, Debo, if they lose, I'm saying if they get knocked out the playoffs, what's the point of Debo playing? What's the point of Kittle playing?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Dude's going to start reserving stuff for next year. The guys is already paid.
I tell you. They got to pay him next year, though. And that's going to be interesting to see what they do.
They got paid.
Yeah. All right, fam. Good stuff as usual.
All right, man. Love you, dog, man.
I love you
Let's
back,
pray
fam.
for next year, man. I hate to say it, but the writing's on the wall, man.
It looks scary, don't it?
Hey, it's there, man. Even we make the playoffs.
We'll see.
Who we going to beat?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
Nobody between the top
four.
four.
We got to think about it. All right, man. We'll see what happens next weekend, and we'll be able to really tell.
All right. All right, fam.
All right. I'm out, man.
All right. Night.
Later, bro.
Later. And Mac Jones threw the ball 2 times tonight. Did they win? See, every now and then the run game it's strategy. You're in a cold, windy condition. Be out there throwing the ball if you want to. You will get your brains beat out. I saw most of that game. I just left in the third quarter because I was getting late. Hey, KC.
Hey, what's thinking, Ronbo? How are you?
Oh, man, we're still reeling from why we have to lose. We have to. It's not do we need to lose to the Hawks. We have to. That's our role in life. That's when God made the Seahawks and he made the 49ers. And the Seahawks, you will dominate over that team for the majority of the 2000 century. So, Casey, I just laid out some things to clarify some things. Special teams, Kyle, the coaching staff, not just Kyle, but the coaching staff, special teams, our run blocking. There were no A's for the 49ers yesterday. But Casey, I think you called it yesterday. You want to continue with anything more?
Yeah, man. I'm just tired of that. The special teams not showing up, man. We got we had this bogus ass special teams all season, man. You know, we had the Cornet of 37, and we had Wisnowski kicking the 41-yarder, and Robbie pulling his groin and stuff. And I'm just, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link, man. You know, as long as we got Robbie on this team, then I'm going to win. I've been saying this for years.
I just realized that's your guy too. Me and you both. I was mad as hell. I said, Robbie, for the love of God, you know that's all you do all day is you practice kicking, and when game time comes, you used to be good. Now here we go.
If he misses that in Levi's, it's different than missing it. Right when I saw him, I'm like, oh man. You know, right after George does that valiant effort, you know, Robbie goes out there and
that's what hurt so bad.
You know,
that was supposed to be 7. That's a chippy.
And you know, this guy Ronbo, this guy held. I have a vivid memory of this guy holding out for $5 million, Ronbo.
You know, he was serious.
You know,
he got didn't he get an extension last year after missing a field goal?
I'm saying, Ronbo. It seems like every week they're it feels like they're trying to trade Jimmy right now. Like it feels like they're just trying to make sure that they have Jimmy's trade value unlocked, because there's really no reason why they
his trade value is not going to change between now and the end of the season. It is.
Well, it might if they, you know, I mean, if they keep, it might go down. You know, I mean.
No, a lot of people are going to think like a lot of people amongst our fan base think.
They're trying to raise his trade value.
Hardcore coaches are going to know the difference,
you know?
but most people think Jimmy has nothing to do with 49er wins. And there may be some people out there that think the same as far as GMs and things like that, right? There may be one or two here that think otherwise, but it's have to be really close. Coach, they're
in a weird spot. They're in a weird spot where they can only use Trey so much before it starts to be apparent that like Jimmy's trade value is going to be hurt by how well Trey does. You know.
Hey,
I mean,
Casey, what is that noise? It sounds like you had way too much. You had too many burritos yesterday. Are you okay?
You might be hearing the cars outside here. I'm in my car outside.
Oh, okay. But
yeah,
it's comical. Oh, anyway.
But yeah, man, it's
Okay, Casey, if you're gonna go down that avenue, let me see you expand on that. If Trey plays yesterday, do we win?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think if they mix Trey in there a little bit late, you know, it shakes it up and.
No, I mean,
get him in there
make Jimmy sit down and just bring Trey. Are you saying put Trey in, just get rid of Jimmy now or bench him or whatever and let Trey stay in, or just put him in for certain situations?
Yeah, like late in the game to get momentum back and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, especially with Elijah hurt, like, why wouldn't you? Like, you know, everyone's hurt. The only healthy person they have is JaMychal Hasty.
You got to worry
He's
about.
the best runner.
You got to be careful.
He's the best runner. Like.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. You don't want to use him as he's not a running back. You don't. He's been hurt twice already, and he's barely been on the field.
Yeah.
So you start running him against a team like the Hawks, which are dirty, by the way. I mean, the Hawks prove they're dirty. That I didn't even know that what's his name stepped on Mosley's ankle. I saw that elbow shot to Elijah Mitchell's head. You know what, the Hawks, I really wish we'd stop playing clean football and get a little bit nasty.
Yeah. They need Emmanuel Sanders back, you know, because they're not getting much from Sherfield and Sanu. And
Emmanuel Sanders. Well, that was a bad deal in the first place. Anytime you have a seasoned wide receiver, you should have held on to him. We needed that. We've been limping along with rookies, second-tier receivers for years. You had one that was at least second-tier, and Debo, and George. That's pretty much why we got to the Super Bowl to begin with.
Yeah, and it's like every defensive play. I'm watching Bosa, and I'm just watching Bosa get held. it's just the same story, man. They got no coaching leadership and this week special teams.
Yeah. Another coast-to-coast touchdown from special teams. So, Anyway, fam, I'm gonna go, Casey. We're gonna be all right. I'll see you midweek.
Things always turn around. Once they get rid of Robbie, they'll have a chance. All right, later, Ronbo.
All right, later, fam. Space Jam 2, please stop it. There's no spamming here, especially. That's just. Hey, Frank. Frank, we're sitting back here. We're sort of getting it all out of our system. We're going past the 24-hour mark, but we have to. Frank, I went over some things that took place yesterday and put a spotlight on some of the issues. Frank, you want to add to those or comment on that or anything else you want to say about yesterday's game? Go right ahead.
Yeah, I agree with a couple of callers. We don't have that. I know Jimmy G get a lot of blame, but he's a quarterback mostly. Yeah. So I mean, we just don't have that elite type quarterback that we need, but that can get us over the hump. That can just throw the ball, push the ball down the field. Like we just don't have that. You watch other teams. And you just see how they just can just push the ball down the field, just can throw the ball. And Jimmy, he like on the first interception he threw, the offensive line gave him enough time, but it's like when he just get like happy feet. You know what I'm saying? He gets so nervous so quick, and when he first threw the interception to Bobby Wagner, Trent Surfield, he was running a cross route, but Jimmy G had time to let the play develop, but he threw it so quick because the pocket was collapsing, but he had time just to sit there for a little bit second and let him run over a little more and thought he was wide open. But he just got so happy feet and just threw it,
Frank, You know how Kyle broke that down after the game? What happened there? Bobby Wagner, as I said all game long, Bobby Wagner's seen this offense too many times. Bobby Wagner was charging. That's what Jimmy saw. He saw Wagner charging, and he thought Wagner was going to keep charging. Bobby Wagner was supposed to keep charging. He's a linebacker, right? He didn't. He stopped because he knew exactly what was about to happen. Jimmy doesn't see that. He throws it right to him. It was supposed to go over a charging Bobby Wagner's head, not right to him. And the second one, he says Jimmy was supposed to check it down. He got greedy. There was safeties downfield. He was going to try to loft it over their head, and it got picked. See, Jimmy, this is why when people call Jimmy a a check down passer, I always laugh and say, you know what? I wish he'd check it down a little more often because he takes some risks sometimes of throwing into windows that are way too tight or shots that just really aren't there. He's a little cocky at times and too much so for his own good. Just check it down.
Right. But Ronbo, on that play, that second interception, he trying to force it to Kittle. He had IU open.
And did you see where the secondary was?
He could have thrown it to IU. IU was going.
He didn't want IU. He wanted a deeper shot.
Yeah, IU was open. IU was wide going open. He keeps trying to force it together. What I'm saying.
I agree.
I'm not saying we don't know what Trey is because he haven't been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he played one game, but we need to see him more so he can develop, so we can see what we have. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So we really don't know what type of experiment we have. All I'm saying is he could have just sprinkled Trey Lance in the game, just like you gotta look at it, Ronbo. You playing against Seattle. Cal didn't have it. Cal did not have the team prepared. Like, come on now, on the fake punt, you supposed to be prepared for everything. When the team know they not going nowhere, they playing sport football. So you supposed to have made sure watch out for fake punts. Like you supposed to have all your dats lined up, all your T's
and
crossed,
match their intensity, and we did not.
Yeah, you supposed to have everything lined up across the board, and Cal get the blame for that. You know what I'm saying? Then it just make you mad. You know what I'm saying? We would have never been in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you up 23-14, then they monster, you get two roughing the passes, then they score. And then Seattle, they fit, oh, we got life. We good. We got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's coaching too. Like, you got out coached by Ken Noah Jr. Like, come on, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, Seattle ranked defense like number 26. They defense ranked 26.
And
it's
they
like,
did that last year too. Their secondary was ranked below 32. And we still went in and made them look like superstars. I do not know.
It's crazy, man. Like, look at Washington did to them the week before. Even though they won by 2, but they robbed Washington. But that's but we can talk about that another day. But other teams just pushed the ball down the field on them.
Frank, and that's
what I'm saying. Just pushed the ball down the field on Seattle.
But no, they didn't. They ran the ball all day on the Hawks. This is why I knew the Hawks were going to be ready, because they're going to see the same offense.
No. Heineken threw on them too. Heineken was throwing. He was throwing on them. He was throwing on them. He was throwing on them.
No more than Jimmy. Jimmy threw 30 times yesterday. People didn't notice, but he threw 30 times. He received 20. He made 20 shots. But the thing is, Washington ran the ball, and that wore the clock out, and that wore the Hawks out. I was hoping we could get away with that, but they were ready for it. They said, "Be damned if they gonna run. Anybody gonna run on us 2 weeks in a row?" And I said, "Kyle, I hope you got another player because they're waiting for this." I knew it because I watched that Washington football game last year, and they ran the death out of the Hawks, and it wore them out. It worked.
But what they do, they play us. They teams don't fear Jimmy. We gonna stack the box. That's what Seattle do. That's a Pete Carroll. That's Pete Carroll philosophy.
But
we played San Francisco.
They ran.
But Ronbo, you have a running quarterback that can throw them all balance. Like I'm saying. So if Trey in the game,
killed him when he ran. What he did
who you
is
talking
just
about, Trey?
run the ball. Heineke. They just ran the ball. And then when they finally got
I'm talking about Trey. No, I'm talking about Trey Lance. I'm talking about all he had to do. We have a running quarterback. All you had to do is use him. Just bring him in the game. But maybe mad with Jimmy. Jimmy waited to the last minute and then want to start running. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jimmy, you could have been doing this like 2 quarters ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what pissed me off with him.
And Kyle would have been pissed off if he'd been running. That's not his job.
I mean,
he's
that time
got to find receivers.
We trying to win a game, man. Like, forget all. We don't know what Kyle going to be. That's what we just thinking, but we don't know. Kyle might tell him to run if he don't see something. We don't know if Kyle tells him. Kyle might tell him that.
But
we don't know.
He wants his quarterback to keep his eyes downfield. Jimmy's not that kind of guy that's going to be running and keeping his eyes downfield. It's just not his style. He wants Jimmy to find his guy. I read up on Kyle before he came. In fact, he's loosening up by getting Trey. He wants a quarterback to stand there even if a truck is coming at him, keep his eyes downfield, and find the target. That's him. He really believes that. So, this thing he's doing with Trey now is very surprising for me. So we'll see what happens, though.
But I don't believe that Cal, like, I'm not saying Jimmy had to run, but he could move out the pocket. He just take a 3, 4, 6 drop back and just
fam, I need to send you that link. I need to find that link and send it to you about Kyle. You won't believe it. But we got to go now, fam.
No. I agree with you, but what I'm saying is Jimmy can move around in the pocket more. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be stand in that little circle right there when the pocket, you can move around.
I agree, but if Kyle didn't have him disciplined, that's what pisses me off about Jimmy sometimes too. Jimmy, just buck them. Just do something else. You can. You know how to do it. Do it. But he won't. Yeah, Frank, we got to go, though. We're over time already. Let me see midweek.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, man.
No,
shout out to you, Ron.
It's one of those heated topics, But
Yeah. You was. I was pissed yesterday, man. But shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Love you, man. Shout out to the faithful and everyone. On to the Bengals, man. So let's go, y'all. Let's get ready, man. So focus on the Bengals.
We'll beat them because they ain't the Hawks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Hey, that's my thing. You guys show me.
I know it. I hope so. All right, fam. See you midweek.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hey, Marion.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh man, we're sitting back here reflecting on this, and we're going over the 24-hour rule. I just some of the things that were said yesterday. I found out what happened as far as certain things. I just found out about DK stepping on Mosey's leg. I didn't even know about that. I saw that elbow shot that's got our running back in concussion protocol. But I am so tired of 49ers being nice guys. I want to see one of our guys do something vicious soon. Just to show other teams, y'all go play that? Yeah, okay. And the next time y'all come around, this is what I like about the Rhino and what was that guy we had, our right tackle. They would hunt people down during the Harbaugh era. If you abuse our guys, them two monsters would come and get a dude. So we don't have that kind of element anymore. But anyway, Marion, your thoughts?
I mean, a quick take on the Harbaugh era. Back in the day, I remember vividly, we would play teams and we'll beat them up so bad. Like we may lose the game, but we'll beat them up so bad to where somebody on their roster is hurt from that game. Primarily on the offensive side of the ball. But but I went back and I watched the whole entire game of yesterday. And what I saw outside of, we all know what the refs did, because the refs even did it tonight against the New England in that Buffalo game.
Who won that game?
It's over. Good ball.
Who won?
Yeah, you know New England won. They 9-4. You know they want New England to the Super Bowl.
I saw people talking. I didn't see anybody say who won. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll get it to ourselves. But you know they want Tampa New England Super Bowl. But we'll talk about that.
They do. Just because.
But just because. But I saw Jimmy very poor yesterday. And yes, he had 2 interceptions. But I saw a quarterback that was moving around in the pocket, scanning the field. Yeah. He was making plays. But for everybody to say that, Jimmy was the reason why we lost, what about the drive when IU dropped the ball in that 3rd and 8? The ball was right there. Jimmy made throws. He made plays. What about the weird throw he made on the last drive to IU to the sideline? You know what I'm saying? Like, he made some great throws. And Kyle Shanahan, for once in his life, he called a good passing game. I'm not mad at that. I just felt like Seattle know us. We don't really know them, but they know us.
I know. That's a good point. We don't know them. We still don't know them.
We don't know them.
Man, to your point, though, Russell Wilson, you can't know him. Because what Russell Wilson was doing yesterday, he was just throwing just throwing wild ass passes, and somehow there was connecting. That's how come we couldn't stop that?
And Seattle gave us ample amount of chances to win that game with a turnover. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't capitalize on that last fumble that we called. We didn't capitalize on that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But you got to give Jimmy credit. We was on the 3-yard line, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been a disaster. And the very first throw, beautiful ball down to George Kittle. Now, granted, the caller that a couple of calls ago, he was right. We don't have that passing down offense, you know what I'm saying, that we do in other teams. However, we don't have the receivers for that also.
People hate to admit that this team is designed for playmakers to get the ball in hand. George Kittle is a playmaker. Get the ball in his hands as quick as possible. Debo, extremely that's his definition of Debo. Get the ball in his hands no matter where he is. We got him as a running back, for God's sakes. Ayuk, I don't know how to define him exactly yet. He's a great route runner. I guess he's that guy that Shanahan wanted to add to this mix. Yeah. But we still need a deep threat.
Exactly. We still need a deep threat. So that's something that we don't have. It's something we haven't went and got. But all in all, again, at the end of the day, because you may be losing my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
All in all, you're fine. You're fine. At the end of the day, I saw life in the defense. And look, we didn't have Debo yesterday. So, like I say, even though we didn't beat our rival, I'm still hopeful for the rest of the stretch of this season. Because what I don't like is when fans, even with Alex Smith, they were saying, "Oh, Alex needs to go," and then they was scared for Colin Kaepernick. You see how that went, Then they was on Jimmy Nuts, and now all of a sudden now they off Jimmy Nuts. Now they want Trey Lance.
man, just take it one game at a time. Because if Jimmy leaves and Trey Lance tank it up, then you're gonna be ready to get rid of him too. So
That's a scary thought,
long
isn't it, though? That's a whole other subject for another day, but that is a scary thought. If he's not what
Exactly.
everybody thinks he is, what are we going to do?
what you're gonna do then? Look, as long as we don't have Cody Pickett or Trent Dilfer throwing the ball, I'm all right.
To be okay. Because the anticipation for Trey is the coming of the Messiah. I keep listening to this from others. I say, God, guys, I think, can we wait a minute? Don't get your feelings hurt. I mean, he's got to learn to learn, especially in Kyle's offense.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, and some people I do agree with, maybe using Trey Lance on that fourth down play.
Yeah, they should have, though.
Maybe,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Maybe Kyle is saving that for the postseason. If we make it, who knows? But I kind of see where I kind of see they're coming from to change it up. But when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo, we have won some games. And as long as he's standing up, we have a chance to win. So that's all I got for you, bro.
I agree with that, man. All right, fam.
That's all I got.
We're gonna have time now. Let me see a Wednesday, and let's see what the if Debo. The biggest news of the week is Debo looks like he's ready to go, and when I hear that, my whole day is gonna change. All right, man. Let's look forward to that. All right.
All right. All right,
fam.
Yep.
Have a great night. Ah, God. And let's go to B Ham.
Ronbo, talk to me, baby.
B Ham, anytime we play the Hawks, the 49ers, we need to all check into a hospital before the game and prepare to spend a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Because if no matter what we're doing, it stops. Even in 2019, the Hawks was doing us up, and they wasn't as good as the 49ers. And we battled them tooth and nail, trying to get past them. And here we are this year. Hawks look terrible, B-Ham. They look awful. We went in there and got an ass whooping. Went in there and got an ass whooping.
I'm going to say this, Ronbo. We didn't get an ass whooping. We got a ref whooping.
Well, then there's that.
The refs whooped us out of that game. There was too many calls going in their favor. Too many roughing the passers. You get hit in your shoulder pads, in your chest, and just because his head made contact first, you call a damn roughing the passer and say a man led with the crown of his helmet. No, man, they kept getting those guys first down to keep their ass in the game, Ronbo.
And 15 yards.
Don't get me wrong.
Not 5 or 10, 15
Don't get me wrong.
yards.
Right. Even though Jimmy threw 2 bingos, they were some bingos, you know what I'm saying? The 49ers still did enough to control the game. The referees kept the laundry on the field and that damn whistle in their mouth, and they kept Seattle in the game. It's bad. They knew, and you know what? They knew. This is what I don't like about the NFL. Got to put out your scouting report and say this player's in, this player's out. They knew we was coming in without some of our defenders, without 1 or 2 key pieces on offense. Ronbo. That's why the refs kept the whistle in their mouth. It's bad play or whatever they wanted to call. The refs, man, they did it. The refs been blowing a lot of calls.
BM, you know what? I just want to add to that. The fact is, they refuse to call things on, and people say, "Man, y'all need to leave the refs." You remember that call before Russie threw that touchdown, and one of the 49ers' clothes was just getting torn off of him. And I know the refs seen that because from where they stand to watch those kind of plays, they see everything on that line of scrimmage because they'll drop a flag on the 49ers in a heartbeat. I don't know who that was. I'm trying to find film. I spent hours yesterday trying to find the footage on that so I could post it up. The man's clothes is being torn off. The camera clearly showed it. And the refs did not say holding. They refused to throw that. And Russell Wilson throws a touchdown. So see that? That's supposed to be 10 yards back. And repeat that
It's
down.
bad when you got to
You
go in
mother-
there and beat a football team, beat a crowd, beat the referees, and beat the city. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, man.
Yep, we've proven that.
Only thing I can say, Ronbo, we should have been able to run the table. I don't really think the game was called poorly, other than that fake field, that fake punt that we let get away.
Homer ran for a touchdown. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Lord.
I mean, other than that, I mean, I seen the fight in the Niners. We got in the game. We took the lead. We held the lead. But it's always demoralizing when your back end, as much as I've been complaining about the back end was doing their job. They're celebrating incomplete passes, and when you turn around, you got damn laundry on the field. Because the referee say he hit him too hard. He led. Come on, man. Two roughing passes on the same drive. Come on, man. And then in the final drive, why they didn't throw the flag when the damn man was draped all over our receiver? They didn't throw no flag, and it was right there in front of the referee. The play, I think it was the third down play before the ball got tipped in the end.
I saw it. I lost my mind.
They didn't throw the flag. We can't win like that. We can't win like that. But like the other caller just said, man, we got to get some receivers. I like Elijah Mitchell. To me, Elijah Mitchell he's a good running back. He is getting the yards. But Ronbo, he looking like he about to be another Raheem Mostert. He's in a couple of games and he's out a few games.
I'm surprised.
Hey, man,
he looks like he's about to go to the hospital after every game. I'm surprised he's lasted this many weeks. He's got concussion. He's in concussion protocol right now.
Hey, Ronbo, listen a lot.
Whoa.
You've been saying, we got our next running back. No, we don't. We need somebody who can run the ball, somebody we could depend on, 3 downs, put somebody else in, let him catch a breath, be right back in the Ronbo. We ain't got that. And it's not the fact of Jimmy G. You know what, Ronbo? And I know the time running. Jimmy was really standing in the pocket and like he normally used to do in New England, because the pocket was holding up. You could stand there, take a leak, have your cookie, and dissect and figure out where you want to go.
So he doesn't need to be running around. Just fire.
No. I want all the faithful to remember this. You keep talking about these scrambling quarterbacks, but when they blow their knee out, what are we going to fall back on then? Hey, nobody didn't want McCorkle. Ain't that his name, McCorkle, old Mac Jones from old Alabama?
Oh, don't go there, B-Ham.
Hey, McCorkle too slow, Ronbo. He looked good because he was with Alabama, and he got all that talent. But goddamn it, right now, Ronbo, he 9-4 in the National Football League as a rookie. What everybody got to say about that?
There's nothing to be said. He went to that could be a whole show right there. But Big Show has been talking about this for months. I'm gonna tell you what, let me see you middle week if you got time.
Okay,
Woo, man.
Like I say, they talked about him bad. Oh, he's slow. You get him, you're gonna get the same thing you got in Jimmy. But he's 9-4 right now, and Trey Lance is still trying to learn the damn playbook.
You don't even have to stop at Trey Lance. Look at the top quarterback pick, the second pick, the fourth pick. I mean, all of them. The best one of them all. Everybody said, because he went with Belichick. Well, still, he's 9 wins. He didn't hurt him.
And I like to think that Kyle Shanahan got a bright mind, so we could have had some plays for him.
Yeah.
But man, listen, man, that boy is good. Hey, I'm an Alabama fan. We produce greatness down there in Alabama, man. I'm telling you, man. You see what we just did to Georgia in the SEC championship, man.
The little college football I watch, I couldn't imagine that. You beat him up with authority. I felt bam. Let me
Beat
see
them every year in their backyard, man. We own the Georgia Dome. Roll Tide. Go Niners for life, baby. Hey, I'll see you later on in the week, Ronbo.
Hope so. Night BM.
Night, homie.
Oh, that's funny. And Trez, come on in. Trez wasn't done yesterday. Trez, come on in, fam.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo gonna put the red on the finish.
I saved it because I was waiting for you. I got plenty today. You know what I'm saying? It's a 24-hour, Trez. There's no point in us continuing to feel pain because we should be used to it by now. The Hawks whoop our ass like this every year. So, I don't know what we're surprised about.
Exactly.
Let me sprinkle some more over here. All right. Go ahead, Trez.
Who's our dad? Seattle.
Seattle.
Let's just say it like that and be done with it. Seattle.
Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson's our uncles. Yep.
Well, so far I had time to, chew on it, spew it out, chew on a little more and spew it out. You know what I'm saying? Ronbo, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, look, do people have the right to criticize Jimmy G? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Do they have the right to criticize Kyle Shanahan? Yes, they do. Do they have the right to criticize the special team coach? Yes, they do. Do they have the right to criticize the team in a whole? Yes, they do. So, we all got to respect one another's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, and different. But that's the creative juices, baby. You know what I'm saying? We all get the right to express ourselves. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And we all deal with it in a different way. Some can make great points on one thing Jimmy do well, and some can make great points on other things that Jimmy don't do well. You know what I'm saying? You lose and win games as a team. Yep. And sometimes it doesn't seem that way because you're not getting it quite leadership on the field when the ball is in one person's hand. You know what I'm saying? Versus, it being in 11 players. It's not in 11 players' hand. It's in the quarterback's hand and it's who he's delivering the ball to. And the grand scheme of things, I look at it like this. Jimmy, we only go so far with Jimmy. Jimmy's not going to get the job done. It's obvious. That is obvious. I mean, we can't even argue that point. It is obvious. Okay? So we can really put Jimmy to bed. I mean, it ain't like it's going to change. It ain't like it's going to get better. It's going to be the same. He throws the high ball. He's going to steal the ball, and it's going to get picked. And, I mean, it's the same old film we've seen over and over and over and over again. Okay? We can get better at special teams, though. We can get better in the overall coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Kyle has failed on so many levels at coaching this year, and maybe it'll better him. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people ain't cut out to be head coaches, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? Norv Turner was a hell of a OC coach, but wasn't a great head football coach. You know what I'm saying? He went back to being an OC, and he did well. So maybe that's what lies in the future for Kyle. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I'm disappointed. I thought he would when he came here. I thought he would be an excellent coach, but time has proven different. What you think?
I think we have this conversation every time we lose. Trez, sometimes we probably overreact. You just lined out, and there's a lot of people do. And this is like not only just Jimmy, but a lot of players we have. We only notice and talk about their failures. Jimmy throws 2 or 3 bad passes, but he may throw 8 or 9 good passes. What I'm thinking is probably if we kept a balance, we wouldn't get overworked by things, Even Robbie Gould, who I got livid with yesterday, Robbie makes 99% of his kicks. But when he misses one, I go nuts. I think that's just human nature, right? Because if we beat the Bengals next week, next year's probably right. But next week, what are we going to say then? What if the 49ers come out and put on a great performance? There's an ebb and flow in football that you probably should never overreact for wins or losses because you're going to say things that are going to be disputed probably soon. I don't know. I just...
Yeah, but I look at it like this. I'm going to say this real quick. Jimmy going to make a hell of a New Orleans Saints quarterback. You're going to see a different Jimmy
True. It's a different offense.
in New Orleans.
He doesn't have to...
You're going to see when Jimmy puts that Saint uniform on, you're going to see a different Jimmy because let me tell you why. He's going to have a hell of a coach, offensive
and receiving
coach.
crew.
He's going to have he's going to have a hell of a quarterback coach. You see what I'm saying? And
different scheme
that's
too,
the
Travis.
difference.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a different scheme, but that's the difference. New Orleans is suited for that pocket passer type. I hear y'all say Cal offense is this way, that way. Cal don't even know what his fucking offense is. I'm gonna keep it real with you. He don't even know, bro. He too. 1 minute is this way, 1 minute is that way. Let me tell you something. With Harbaugh left no doubt on the field, Ronbo. We were going to go out there and we were going to be physical. We were going to run the ball down your throat. And like the other caller said, we were going to hurt up some players.
Yeah.
Them were the three things that was guaranteed.
Physical.
It was guaranteed.
Extremely physical.
Physical.
Yeah.
We were going out there and play smash mouth football. We kept our identity the whole way with Harbaugh.
Yeah.
The whole way.
True.
This one right here, we one way this way, we one way that. That's what he don't even know it.
That's such a good point. We need to spend a whole show on that. Is the team able to apply the versatility and diverse kind of system and do it effectively? Because if you're working on too many things, you're not going to be a jack of all trades, but you're not good at a damn one of them. Not really. You're okay. But you need to establish yourselves as this and stick to that. And they kind of do. You know, all he wants, kind of just wants his quarterback to get rid of the ball quick, get it into the playmaker's hands, and that's it. And then the quarterback gets trashed for doing that. But I'm seeing what Kyle's doing. I do recognize that. That is intentional. So,
but for everybody that thinks, people that think the kid Trey don't belong on the field, I think we could have went 6-6 with Trey at this point. I think we really could have. And we could have really saved that money. I think, in all honesty, Ronbo, we should have released Jimmy. The beginning of the year, we should have released him.
Yeah, that's why they explained what they was doing in the first place. Yeah, that's why they said what they was doing in the first place.
And went for with the rookie, and we'd have probably been where we are now. And we would have been ecstatic. We would have to be 6-6 with a rookie.
You know them old guns fighters like Kyle Shanahan, they are not about to enter into a season with a quarterback they don't know nothing about. That's just never going to happen on any team, I don't think. So that's why they did what they did. I understand what they did, but in hindsight, like we're doing now, maybe things would have been rolled in the dice, but maybe it worked. And maybe not. But when you got all them veterans on the team, those guys signing them one-year deals, and you talk about I'm going to bring a rookie in, that wouldn't have sat well with them people. You know that. But,
it's all about buying in at that point, Ronbo. It's all about buying in. I'm going to let you go. Shout out to TNC, shout out to you, but it's all about getting the players to buy in to the rookie quarterback. Like they bought New England, and Belichick got his people to buy in to Matt Jones. That's all it is. It boils down to buying into what your coach is selling. And guess what? Ain't nobody buying in there. Nothing. Kyle Shanahan is selling no more. It's the smell with the rock. It's good. We gonna run.
Hey, Tress, love you, man. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Have a good one. All right.
And Clarence Molina says, rewatch game, I saw missed. I may as well finish that. Okay. Rewatch game, I saw miss personal fouls on Mitchell. Yep. Miss hold PI on Sherfield. Missed any holding on Bosa. Bogus holding on Thomason. This is what bothered me. You called it on Thomason, which was really wimpy. Yeah, you won't call it. Special teams is poor all season. Need speed wide receiver and any DB from Alabama. Is Bama blessed with a lot of corners? And then Mr. Block Eye says, if Gould didn't miss that field goal, we are up 3-2. Yeah, you know, I don't know. We find a way to do things that are almost uncharacteristic every time we play the Hawks. We could look like a well-oiled machine until they drive into Seattle. And all of a sudden, the wheels just fall off. They start playing strange football. Yeah, we just did that. So, you know, I don't know. Guys, thanks for those contributions. And let's go check out Ellis. Yeah.
Ronbo.
Ellis. We're still trying to get over yesterday. But this is it. We're done with this. This is the last day, you know, because the Seahawks can actually cause a man to develop ulcers and conditions. You know what I'm saying? If you're a 49er fan, by now, I wonder how many people have been impacted and have been physically affected by being a 49er fan just because of the Seahawks alone. Then again, it might be up there with the Rams, too, having to deal with us. But, I mean, Ellis, what do you want to add? I mean, I just uncovered some of the dogma that is out there about the 49ers versus Seahawks. You want to add to that, or you want to put your spin on it?
Well, we definitely don't have the same between us and the Rams. I mean, we 3 for 18. We're 3 for 18 now.
Yeah.
So us and the Rams, the Rams aren't 3 for 18 against us. So that's the only time. That's the only way we'd be able to mirror those two. But it sounded good though.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, come on, man. These guys had 3 wins, and they just lost. I mean, we could go and put the Washington football team in the dirt right now. But we lose to the team
that beat
who they just beat.
That they beat, exactly.
You know, this is Game 5.
And the Rams, don't leave them out, because the Rams beat the Seahawks every time they see the Seahawks. Damn near just beat, and they don't just beat them; they beat them up. See,
annihilate them. Yeah. We've given away 5 games this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We've given. We haven't gotten beaten. We've beaten ourselves, and we've given up 5 games this year.
The Colts handed us an ass whooping, but everybody else, yeah.
We still had that game, Ronbo. We could have won that game, but it just got out of our hand. It got out of hand after a while, but we could have still won that game. They only beat us by, what was it, a less than a touchdown? I mean, less than 10 points.
I thought they had a 40 burger on us. Okay, I got to go back and look at that game.
Check that score, Ronbo. We didn't get whooped by them.
You could.
And we were playing in the monsoon. I mean, Taylor had some good yardage, but that was not one of his top running games.
That's true.
For
he did hold that down.
That's for sure. And he ran for 5 touchdowns like a week or 2 later. So he didn't do that against us. But the Green Bay game, both Seattle games, at least one of the first Cardinals game for sure. Were games that we should have had, and I count the Colts game in there. But anyway. A lot of if you look and see how many penalties, I still want to find out. Somebody can look and count how many penalties did they call on the Seahawks the whole game. I don't give a shit if it was offense or defense. I want combined, and then how many penalties they called on us. That number right there has to be so high in as far as the differentiation of who had more, and they probably got 2 the whole game. That to me is a problem. I know Kyle and them, they like to, like the referees kind of, maybe we didn't see. I mean, who's gonna grow some balls and say the fucking refs are cheating? You guys aren't calling the damn game fair. You guys are right there in front of the play. I mean, who's gonna actually get some balls and say something about it? Instead of trying to dumb it down, are they scared? Are they going to get fined? I mean, what kind of politics is going on that guys are scared to actually expose the referees? I mean, Bill Vinovich is still refereeing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's still out there reffing. He was just out there. I think he's at the Patriots game tonight.
He was. And they even said
I'm just saying,
Vinovich's crew is pretty famous for not throwing flags. Oh, just preach it to the choir. We know about Vinovich not throwing any flags unless it's inconvenient for the 49ers. Yeah, we know about that.
Come on, Ronbo. And listen, Coach Hightower, when we played the Rams, they did a fake punt. When we played the Vikings, they had that special teams bust on us. Mm-hmm. Why in the hell is he not thinking that somebody's going to use that against us at some point? Why not keep one guy a little bit further out, or two guys, three guys, and say, hey, you guys, we're always going to watch for the fakes. I mean, all you're doing is standing on the line and running back to go for protection. So why don't a couple of you guys, move out a little bit, move back, stay back to be secure and stuff just in case that happens. If there was somebody there, that play would have never happened.
They're going to do it next
simple.
Week. They're going to do it Sunday. They're going to try Sunday.
Somebody else is going to do it on us again just to test him.
This Sunday.
Yeah. So Hightower, I blame Hightower. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Hightower was supposed to be ahead of that. It's already happened to you. They did the same shit the Rams did on us. And when they got that first down, how many yards did that guy run? Remember, we got a trick play on us, a fake punt on us in the Rams game?
And
I'm
DJ
just saying,
Jones
a lot of people forget that.
just happened to catch it.
Go ahead.
Yep. No, DJ Jones, wasn't that the play that he made to save our butts?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, to save us, exactly. So there was some poor coaching, and Kyle Shanahan's running three out of the four plays when our backs are against the end zone. You're running the damn ball, Kyle. Why don't you do a couple of quick outs to the sideline, get us the hell away from the damn end zone, and then start running the ball once we actually have some real estate? What is going on? Brandon Ayuk dropped 2 passes. Trent Sherfield dropped a pass in the end zone. There's a culmination of a lot of things here. And then Jimmy threw 2 interceptions perfectly to the other team. Yes. Yep. He threw a bad pass. He overthrew Kyle Juszczyk. Yes. But again, there are too many layers to why we lost this game. We are handing these teams the damn game. We don't want to win today, y'all. Here, we're just going to go ahead and give you the ball. Go ahead, pick whatever score you want, and we're going to go home.
Because we know
we might as well be doing
can't beat
that.
you anyway, so we're just not going to waste our time.
We might as well be doing that if we're going to keep doing this type of stuff. The self-inflicted wounds got to stop. We can't make it to the second, third round or a conference championship, you know what I'm saying, or the damn Super Bowl playing like this. There's no way we're going to be able to do that because the lack of discipline and consistency, with our team is it's out of control.
Ooh,
we can't keep doing this light switch on and off thing.
Got an answer to your question, too. Penalties, Seattle had 5. We had 13.
There we go. And
we was fouling more than they were. They didn't call them on them. They called all ours and made a couple up.
Precisely. And now we're talking. Somebody. So is that why Manuel Mosley was hurt? Is because DK stepped on his leg?
Somebody stepped on it. I didn't even see. I'm gonna go back and look at the game now just because I want to see that. What? Oh man.
Man, somebody should have. Man, I'm telling you right now, I would hit DK in between his collarbone and his chin. If I was playing on the field and I was playing safety, I would put the crown of my helmet and I would hit his ass right there and make sure that he remembers me for the rest of his life. See, don't nobody, you got to hit people, you got to put people down like that to do stuff like that.
You got to do it. Because especially if Moses comes up, dude stepped on my leg, that's all I'd have to hear, and I'd see red. And I'd be just like,
man, give me the flag. As long as he doesn't get up, as long as he doesn't get up, that's okay. I'll take coach. That's okay. The 15 yards is worth it.
Damn right.
Because we just put his ass in it. Put him on a stretcher. You got guys like that. You got to hit, man. That's all I'm saying. When you're doing dirty stuff like that,
same in every sport. In baseball, if the pitcher throws at your guy, then if I'm the pitcher of the team, I throw at your guy. In basketball, you go cheap foul me, shot me. Wait till your boy goes up. That's the way it is. So if DK wants to play that game, then you bring it to him. That was not supposed to be excused.
An eye for an eye, Ronbo. I'm just tired of it, man. And Elijah Mitchell's not injury prone. He's being overran. He's getting 30, 40 carries a game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to realize that. You don't think you're going to get hurt? If any one of us put on the damn pads and we're going in between the tackles and everything every week, somebody's going to be hurt. Somebody's going to be out for the season. So it ain't got nothing to do with Elijah Mitchell being, just an injury-prone type of guy.
Right.
He's being overused, and he's being put in the fire a little bit too much, you know, and Kyle's, you know, just not giving enough balance to this offense.
With Jeffrey Wilson Jr. standing
We
over there,
can
and he had a
preserve him.
good run yesterday if it wasn't for the flag, one of them flags we're talking about. LSU
Yeah,
ran
where
out of
the
time,
hell
though.
was Jeff? He
Didn't let him
yeah,
play.
yeah, right on.
He didn't let him
I
play.
don't know what the hell
play?
is going on with Kyle, man.
Kyle,
Self-inflicted,
you're gonna
and
kill
Kyle's
that
face
kid.
was beat red. Kyle's face was beat red at that damn conference, man. And I hopefully he's you know, hopefully he's doing some self-eval. But yeah, brother Ronbo,
All right,
peace and
fam.
love, man.
Back at you. fam.
We can't afford it. We got 2 more NFC games. We cannot lose. I don't really care about. I care about the other games, obviously, but as long as we can beat the damn Hawks and we can beat the Rams, I'll feel a whole lot better. We got a challenge coming up this week. They got T. Higgins and they got Jamar Chase. What are we going to do in the secondary? That's what I want to know.
Oh, God.
What are we going to do about that?
I don't even want to think about it yet.
Jimmy, if you're listening, we need you to play corner, G. Anyway, peace and love. Peace and love, brother Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Thank you for the platform. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Shout out to production.
You give my best. Give my best to the squad.
Yeah, man.
All right,
I'm
fam.
gonna be pissed, but you know
Yeah,
we'll try to figure it out because the season's almost over. We're gonna be crying, wishing for football to come back any minute now.
I know, right?
So get
we
ready
need
for
to
that too.
Enjoy this pain. All right. All right.
Yes, sir.
Night,
All right,
Ellis.
fam. Peace.
Peace. It would be easy to say stop crying about the rest, but you know, we just saw so much. They just made so many no calls. That's what bothered me. You can call it on us, but don't forget to call it on them. At least you'll even up the possibilities for both teams. You know, I'll never get over that look I saw. I got a huge screen in front of me coming after, and I'm seeing this it's getting ripped off the man's body. It's like, you didn't see that, ref. You didn't see that. Really? Raul.
What's up, Ronbo?
Raul, man, we you know how we do after the Seahawks? Raul, you know that we should be used to this, right? We go through this same drama with the Seahawks each and every year, almost at the beginning of the century. You know, 2011 and 10, we've been getting our butts handed to us. Alex Smith beat them, I think, in 210, somewhere in there, you know, in Seattle. And then after that, we've got one here, wait a few years, maybe a couple more. We've beaten them 4 times, I think, in total throughout the decade. Wow, my God. And yesterday, same foolishness took place. We found a way to give it to them. They're not that good, Raul. This is what scares me. If they were a good team, I could say, okay, we lost to a damn good team. Raul, did we lose to a damn good team yesterday?
Nah, definitely not. We didn't lose to no good team. Shit, we weren't even a good team out there. The only thing good about the 49ers yesterday was the defense, and that's it. Shout out to the
defensive front
defense,
line,
man.
too. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Shit, man, I don't know. This one goes to everybody but the defense for the loss, because it starts with me. This started before the draft. John Lynch, what the hell you been doing, man? I'm sick and tired of them. No, this seriously, this goes way back than just the beginning of this year by missing on picks. What the hell you guys picking Solomon Thomas for? Dante Pettis, Jalen Hurd. Like, the reason that we're missing
Ruben
too
Foster.
much signing D Ford. That's a waste of money, waste of picks. That's why we got no depth. That's why Nick Bosa's the only one getting any pass rush. We got no corners. You know, they're not using this money correctly. And it's going to suck because this year, too, that's coming up, I know John Lynch's ass is going to be – he has one more season. If he fucks up again, he's out. He's done. That's it. Sorry for my language, but no, he's done.
Let me piggyback on that real quick. Here's another thing, too. You traded 2 first-round picks for a project that you say is raw? Are you serious? And Jedrick went penciled
You know
off
what?
on it.
I'm not even mad at that. That's not even the
But the
worst
thing
thing
is,
they've done.
wait, don't give 2 first-round picks, please. Oh, how about 1?
Yeah.
But you got to give 2? Oh.
Yeah.
We look like the Rams on that deal.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, Robo. The Rams are
Well, you
low.
know the Rams,
They're low for this. Yeah.
But the Rams don't have a
Yeah.
first-round pick until the next president comes into office.
Yeah.
And you know what the
we
thing
got
is?
we got another first round pick before they do, so we ain't doing that bad. You know?
You're right. I went too far.
Yeah, but no, I get you. But you know what, John? That's just sad and it sucks because I know he's gonna feel the pressure. So the money we're gonna free up, I already know he's gonna throw the whole checkbook at the free agency. Because first of all, we have so many free agents going. Just stop getting injured people, man. Like this year, Aaron Banks. What the hell is going? Where is he at? Where is Aaron Banks?
My God.
Where is he at?
I forgot
Come
about
on,
him
man. You
until
guys
you
missing.
mentioned him.
You guys,
Oh.
man. Trey Sermon. If you don't know how to use him to his strengths, then why you draft him? Why you draft Trey Sermon? They should be using him as a pass catcher. You know, like fullback / running back.
Right.
Come on,
How
man.
about Ambry Thomas?
He's a
When's the
bruiser.
last time you seen him, Raul?
Exactly. Man, I and if they're not ready, I mean, damn, do you guys ever plan on getting them ready? Because I don't see what they're doing here. And to me, that's on the GM. And if he's doing whatever Kyle Shanahan is doing, then what the hell are you there for? You know, like, I just don't get it. There's too many missed opportunities on these drafts. And D Ford, like, I'm glad that they got rid of Jalen Hurd. Shit, at least we didn't keep paying them and just get they should have let him go before the regular season, but I guess I'm not even mad. At least they let him go. I'm happy they just said, you know what, fuck it, cut our losses. I hope that after this year they don't just hold people just because they drafted them high or whatever. If they're duds, if you don't think they're gonna make it, then just cut them. Don't be keeping them on the roster, paying them that money for no reason. Let them earn that damn spot. And you know, he better. Mike McGlinchey, are we gonna pay him? Are we gonna extend him? Debo Samuel, I know we're going to pay him.
I
and
can't wait.
Nick Bosa, is he going to want to stay with this team? You know,
I worry about that.
Talk all
You
day.
see him at the press conference? I do worry about that. Is Nick's going to listen to other offers, isn't he?
Well, yeah, especially if the team is not looking good, I don't see why he would. I don't know. With the way the team's playing, would he want to stay? He might want to go with his brother for all we know. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, he doesn't seem too enthusiastic here.
He's just disappointed.
You know, he does.
We went from Super Bowl in his first year to trash.
Yep.
Well, not absolute
and I'm telling
trash,
you this:
but
if we don't,
still not good.
Next year, if we don't go to the playoffs and make a serious run for the Super Bowl, I don't think he's gonna want to stay here. And then that's when we're really in trouble. You know, I mean, it ain't looking too good right now, Ronbo. I just hope, you know, I still got faith in the Niners, but you know what? As of this year, there's no way we win in the Super Bowl, and there's no way. Now with Jimmy G, not the way he's playing. We better hope.
Oh, it's more than
every starting quarterback in the NFL tears the ACL or something.
Yeah, but you know what? We got a secondary that is now acceptable. You got Jimmy.
Depleted.
And you got no speed wide receiver, which is very necessary now. A running back, you see Elijah Mitchell can't take anymore. In fact, he can't take anymore. He's every week Elijah Mitchell is questionable. They've said that for 3 weeks. How much can his body take?
Yeah. I just wonder, my biggest question of the offseason is what we're going to do with Mike McGlinchey. Are we going to re-sign him or extend him, or are we not? What are we going to do with that? Are we going to trade him, get something for him? Cause
I know. I can't wait to see what happens. You can't trade him. He has an injury that might be career-ending. So it's going to be interesting to see. But, Raul, we got to go.
Well, before this year, Indianapolis was asking about him. Supposedly, that's what they were saying. But, all right, Ronbo, I'll let you go. Thank you for having me on. I'll call back next time you're on, Ronbo. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to you. You're still Niner faithful, but man, let's go. Hopefully, let's on to the next week, baby. On to the next week. Let's go. I'll still be rooting for them on Sunday.
Right.
Yes, sir. All right, Ronbo, you have a good one.
You too, fam. Oh, God. Hey, Brian.
The law says, the law says, the law says, the law says, know your damn role. What's up, Ronbo?
Brian, man, we're doing like we do when we play the Hawks. We had a party for a whole month, boy. And then all of a sudden the Hawks showed up on the schedule. We was pumped up so big. Hawks, dead meat. Let's go. Got humbled down. I mean, they poured water on that smoking. I feel like Joe Frazier poured, and Muhammad Ali tell you, Joe, man, you coming in smoking Joe Frazier? I'm going to pour some water on your smoking. They poured some water on some smoking. Oh, San Francisco, get the hell up out of here. Take this L with you. Brian, some things I pointed out earlier, and anything else you want to add to the debacle that took place yesterday. What are you thinking?
Ronbo, I'm thinking two things. First of all, I think that third, not the fourth down play, but that third down play where our receiver was molested in the end zone.
Yep.
That was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was a referee somewhere.
He was standing there watching.
I know there was a referee somewhere.
What
were you watching? What was he watching? They usually when we, because it's first and goal, and usually there's a referee like on the back of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
What was their referee? He was not watching. He was just watching the game. He was not watching the play.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's just
secondly,
only one of many. Only one.
Right. Of several.
At least 8.
Several.
4 or 5 of them we was guilty of, but about 7 or 8 of those was questionable. And I mean, I'm talking about you can't call roughing the passer with the man. Well, how's he supposed to put the brakes halfway his body's leaning? What's he supposed to do? Leap to the left, leap to the right? That's not possible, ref. I wish they'd make judgment calls on that. That's killing me.
And then another thing, Ronbo, I want to piggyback what you said yesterday about us not being able to close the deal when we go to the clink. We can't do it. I mean,
can't do it.
A rival. This supposed to be a rival game. A rival is not a rival until you win on the opponent's home field.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a rival. It's a lopsided. It's a lopsided debacle.
Ownership.
You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
If we, Ronbo, I think, and then you said this, and this is not something the last 2. You said this thing has been going on for a decade.
Over. This is
a
2022.
Decade of.
And they started whooping our ass in 2011 and 2010. Alex Smith was the last person to win in the club. And Jimmy in 2019, 2 times in 12 years.
And then, like you said, also when you said yesterday, the coach, whatever his name is, the coach for Seattle, he was high-fiving everybody. He ain't did that in a month.
I know, right? Oh, Carroll's so excited.
He ain't did that in a month.
God.
Week in and week out. Oh, here come the 49ers. Oh, they got all the energy. They got all the energy.
They healed up and got well. As soon as they seen us, they just felt good. Mm-hmm. And something else, Brian, I believe they knew they could beat us before we even got there. That's what they probably, guys. What we ordinarily do is we usually get better if we're having any problems. We fix them and get them all mended up playing the 49ers. Let's get a break here, guys, and let's get ready to go out there and get our first win in a few weeks. Yeah. I bet you they had that conversation.
And we just can't do it. I'm like you, but we might need to find a neutral site or something. We can't do it in the click.
Can't.
If we had Ronbo, Ronbo, we could take our last 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl, make it out of an all-star team, and play this team, we will still find a way to lose.
As long as they're wearing them 49er uniforms. I said that yesterday. I said you can get, somebody even brought Deion Sanders in there, Montana, Rice. We brought in everybody.
Right.
And if they come in there now,
everybody.
It doesn't matter. The 49ers will find a way. And if they don't, the refs will make sure that the Hawks come out of there with a win. That's just the way it's going to be. And I don't want to play there anymore.
That's crazy.
And in fact, before we play them from now on, I'm just going to go ahead and set my mind. I might not even watch. Sick of watching that. And the refs make you mad as hell every time. And you guys always whining about
why I didn't.
Well, good luck. Watch what refs, what do they do? It's not even.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's not even.
Ronbo,
it's not even disguised.
Ronbo, that's why I didn't call in Friday, because when you were talking about scores or whatever. I said, no, we're gonna drop this.
You were right.
We're gonna find a way to drop. We're gonna find a way to drop this.
Never again.
I mean, I just knew it. But like I said, Ronbo, a rivalry is not a rivalry until you are able to beat their team on their own field. No one's gonna take. They're not gonna take you serious. They're not gonna take you serious. Not at all.
We don't have.
You're not gonna be serious.
Brian, the only thing we can say to them, and they're teasing about it all the time, is they're always talking about, well, we're rivals for y'all ain't won no, y'all got one championship, we got 5. We can't even lean on those, not realistically. And I'm saying this where I don't want the Hawks fans are looking at me as I say this. We can't call it a rivalry for the reason you just stated, because in the last modern football days, there's no rivalry.
Yeah.
They own our butts. It's sickening.
It's lopsided, Ronbo. It's lopsided. It's lopsided. Regardless of the coach, regardless of the coach and regardless of the players, the result's still the same. Oh,
Only the
Seattle.
names change. You got to finish it, Brian. The victims are.
Yeah.
You're
right. Only the names change.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ronbo. You're right. You're right.
Oh. I tell you what, fam.
You're right, man. But
let's get together Wednesday and see what they say next. And maybe they'll say something encouraging, like Debo's feeling a lot better, and there is a possibility he can play. That's if we don't have Debo against this team coming up this weekend, oh my God.
Oh yeah. Like Jamie Foxx said, it's gonna be trouble.
Brian, great to hear from you.
But Ronbo, I'm gonna get off the line, Ronbo. Shout out to you, shout out to the production, and the law is out.
Tell you, fam. Appreciate you too. Good night, Brian. The law is out, y'all.
All right.
And bring in Dr. Papa Dragon for his observations. Dr. P.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Doc, how it's a good thing we only play the Hawks twice a year, because I don't know if physically, even mentally, we can handle this. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, well,
I know you
I've
weren't
been
finished
listening to
yesterday.
the show today, and it's been a good show. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't finished, but I could take a whole show and talk.
I know it.
But when it
Go
comes
ahead.
to the
You're
49ers and their issues, so in any case, I just want to go ahead and touch base on a couple of things that some of the people have said. First and foremost, Mac Jones is not on this team. He may never be on this team, and he is doing a good job as a rookie quarterback. However, today Mac Jones just won his 9th professional football game. And he did it. He's so good, Ronbo. He's so good that he did it with 3 pass attempts.
I thought it was 2.
3 pass attempts. 3 pass attempts. This is the lowest that a team has thrown the ball, since 1974. It's almost 50 years. Okay, and the reason why that during the warm-ups, his little rubber band arm can't get the ball down the field in that deep, messed up weather. So his arm's going to be a problem. And I'm not talking about him no more because he's not on this team. And if he was on this team, guess who's still blocking for him? Guess who his secondary is? Guess who his coaching staff? He's not going to have Josh. He's not going to have Josh McDaniels. He's not going to have Bill Belichick. Okay? He's not going to have that sleazeball, the beard coaching the defense. I'm just saying,
he is back
in
over
general,
there,
right now, I don't care. I know you guys are so set. You guys are so set on Seattle. But the realistic statistic is right in front of you, and that's wins and losses. Yeah. Okay? Over the last 10 seasons,
12.
Last 10 seasons, they've had 10 winning seasons. How many have we had?
Somebody did count that a minute ago.
Since the Yorks fired Mariucci, the 49ers have had 4 winning seasons. Okay, so like it or don't like it, we have a serious issue all over the place. Not only do we have ownership issues, but we have front office issues. Okay, we got this Parag guy who people think he's some kind of genius. It's just numbers, people. It's numbers. Okay, you don't want to pay them too. Yeah, it's a $2 million difference. That's no problem. You take $2 million, you put that in a workout bonus. Okay, it's not hard to do. It's all about, are you going to do what's best for the team? Are you going to do what's best based on what you know as a non-football person? So we got front office issues. We have serious coaching issues. I can't tell you how many times yesterday I'm on the field, or not on the field, watching the game, and you know what I see Kyle Shanahan doing instead of coaching his football team? He's looking at his plays.
True.
That's what an offensive coordinator does. Okay, so we have serious problems on the coaching staff. I don't care what team came out there yesterday. I don't care if it was the Seahawks. I don't care because they were still a 3-win team. And guess what? If you make as many mistakes as they made yesterday, which is over a dozen mistakes, over 10 penalties, you're not going to beat anybody in the NFL like that.
13.
And guess what? They still came within 7.
And seconds from
Those
getting
13 penalties,
at least
I'm sorry.
tying it up.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, is Jimmy G the problem? No. He's just part of the problem. Okay?
That
but it all starts
that I can
with,
accept. He's part of a problem. He ain't the
so
problem. Part of.
It's the truth. The bottom line is I was wrong. I thought the best landing spot for a rookie quarterback was San Francisco, when in fact it was New England. That is the fact. Okay? So New England, any of these quarterbacks goes to New England, guess what they're going to be doing today?
Studs.
Throwing the ball 3 times, and maybe a running quarterback will throw it 3 times, so he might run it 10 times. Okay? Where you see the value with this. So this whole mobile this, mobile that. If I recall, Steve Young was mobile. Jeff Garcia was mobile. Joe Montana ran for 100 yards. Was it the Super Bowl he ran for 100 yards against Miami or something like that?
Did Joe
run for 100 yards?
Okay. But those guys
yes,
are also
he did. They turned it
excellent
back
in the pocket, though.
But you have to be. You have to play the game. You just can't run around with your head cut off all day. You have to play the game from the pocket. Okay. Number 2, let's go back to the front office. We have some serious contract issues. For example, we were talking some things. People talk about Jalen Hurts this, Jalen Hurts that. I told you guys before that Jalen Hurts was there because potentially he was the best wide receiver. And this is why they wanted to use him as a replacement for Juszczyk. He's going to be H-back. He's going to play tight end. He's going to play running back. He's going to play wide receiver. That's great. But here's the deal. His contract was fully guaranteed. They have to pay him his entire contract. Mike McGlinchey next year is owed over $10 million. That's fully guaranteed, whether he plays or not. Next year, George Kittle will make $16.5 million. And if he was to be cut or traded, we get hit with a cap hit of $13 million.
Yep.
Next year, Armstead is going to make over $20 million. And we cannot get out of that contract because somewhere around $18 million is guaranteed or something ridiculous. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
I know, Papa. You know what?
Yes.
This goes back to what you originally stated about Parag Marathi and his ability to do math. You see, we may overrate him and because he can somehow manipulate these deals, but he always has them either front or back loaded. But it's not always, did he do it right? Should it be back loaded or front loaded or what? So yeah. But
that's what I'm saying. There's too much credit. They get too much credit for what they do, but not enough credit for winning because they're not winning.
And what they don't do, exactly. Well, fam, as you know,
yeah, we should be giving them credit to win.
We got to pull up. You always make excellent points. And you're right. We could go on an hour, and every moment would be words. I'd be clean to my seat because you got stuff, fam. Let me see midweek, Doc. All right.
Oh, we'll talk again because I got some more locker room news for you too.
I'm gonna love that. All right, fam. In the meantime,
have
a great night.
All right, man.
All right.
Niners all day.
There he is. Now, family, you can look forward to getting back in here because Papa Dragon, he has people running around that find these things out. Bobo, what rivalry? Bobo, that's what we're talking about. Now, what if he put that up before Doc said anything? 17 of 21, that's ownership. That was my words exactly. I mean, there's no rivalry. It's ridiculous is what it is. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony. As you know, Tony, we're still sobbing because we have a right to. We're 49er fans, and we're kind of worn out now at this point. When a couple of presidential administrations have gone by, come and gone, and we're still losing, to the same football team. We've got personnel has been changed in San Francisco over and over. The turnover is incredible. The Hawks' turnover of personnel, other than one Russell Wilson, has also been the same. And we're still talking the same thing after each and every win. Every year we come in and you look at the calendar, we're going to win this game. Oh, the Hawks! Circle that on the calendar. Well, I'm never circling that again. Never again will I circle the Hawks games. I'm going to pretend like they're not going to happen. But go ahead, Tony.
How many times have I told you we've got hoodoo sides that beat us all the time?
That's exactly right.
But the Rams seem to beat them all the time. We seem to kick the shit out of the Rams. I mean, why isn't ownership? If I was after that game, if I was an owner there, I would have said, send that little bastard into my office. I want to see him. And I would have said to Kyle, is there not enough losing video year after year after year for you to watch against the Seahawks?
So true.
To come up with a game plan.
Absolutely. Isn't that the truth?
I
haven't
mean,
even thought about that. They beat us the same
you haven't got
way
enough
every
tape
time. Tony, you know what? You and I could go in the office, and we could. They're going to do the same thing every time. Russell's going to send his boys deep, and he's going to send one of them big teardrop passes out, and they're going to run right underneath it. The ball's going to be in the air for 15 minutes. I sit there and watch that in horror every time. And somehow, by the grace of God, it'll fall right into his receiver's hands. How in hell is that even physically possible as many times as it is against us? Why? I don't get it.
You know, Ronbo, too, I mean, this might come across as a little bit strange, but, you know, as the years go by, the games like NFL, NRL, they tend to change, and people that have got the balls to go out there and make a change at a certain position usually come out winners. And what do I mean by that? Here's an example that I'll give you. Say running back, all right? Now, there was these guys in this part of the world grow on trees. I mean, in New Zealand, Tonga.
I've been lobbying that. I know where you're going to. I've been lobbying for that
Samoa.
ever since Jared Hayne.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Those are
Okay. Now,
big boys.
Right. Have a look at this guy. He's passed away. He had kidney issues. But I'm just going to give you an example. The guy's name is Jonah Lomu. JONAHLOMU. This guy was 6'5" and weighed 273 pounds, Ronbo. Right? But his 100 meter sprint, okay, was 10.8 seconds.
Who in the hell is going to step in front of that? That's worse than Derrick Henry.
That's what I'm saying. You hand this guy the ball, shovel pass him the ball at running back, all right? And he's going to steamroll over 3 or 4 blokes, no problem at all.
You don't even need. I can tell my blockers, guys, just stay out of the way is what I want you to do, and let him have the field.
Forget about the blockers. Okay, let's put him at a different position, another position, right? This guy, don't forget, 273 pounds, runs the 100-meter sprint in 10.8 seconds, so he's fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, put him at safety. Someone makes a break for it. Imagine this guy hitting you at full speed.
No,
I guarantee you that
I don't even want to imagine.
he's going to bury you in the dirt, and you're not getting up from that tackle. When you see video of him, he's running, and there's one guy left, the fullback in the rugby, right? There's one guy there, and Jonah Lomu's running towards this guy. This guy is literally shitting his pants, all right, because he knows that this guy's going to just run straight over the top of him.
I've been talking about that for years. Ever since Hayne came here, and all the rugby league guys were all over the chat and everything, and on my Facebook. They said, "Hey, you should take a look at this guy." I looked at some of the guys they were talking about, and I said, "You know what? Just put some pads on him. I don't know if he's going to run comfortably with those pads.
And you know
on.
what else,
Give him the ball.
Ronbo? These guys are not only big, but they're not injury prone. And the reason for it is you can look it up. It's on, we live in an information age. As opposed to Caucasian people or white crackers, whatever you want to call them, like me, right?
Yeah, okay.
These guys have got, I don't know about the black people, but these guys, well, I suppose you could class them as black people.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have got a 20% more bone density than white people.
See?
But these are big, strong lads,
And
big,
it's
strong
natural.
boys.
It's not something you have to work at.
It's natural.
I know.
And like I said, they grow on trees down here.
Tony.
But
I think we have people in those areas. I don't know if they're coming up with any names, if there's a problem bringing them into the country to play ball. I don't know what the problem is. But I think they're aware of those guys, too.
They do, but they put them in positions. Look at the Eagles. They got Jordan Mailata. All right? Yeah. Now, if you watch video of Jordan Mailata playing rugby, he is literally running the ball with three blokes, one guy hanging off his back like a monkey around his neck, and two guys hanging off him either side, and he's just still running, dragging three players along the ground like a steam train.
Hey, I give props to those guys for even trying to make that deal. I would have not put myself in. You could be. This game ain't worth dying for. You could get killed doing that, Tony.
That's right. And these guys buy him and put him at right tackle or left tackle. He's just wasted there.
I know. And the same thing with Detroit. They've got a guy that dealt with Nick Bosa that game, and he did a good job. But, Tony, that was fun. I wish we had more time for more stories. We got to go, though. And bring another one. I love that. I've already heard some of these stories and watched film on some of those guys. Beast. Oh, my. Anyway, let's see you Wednesday, okay?
No worries, brother. Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone.
Thank you, Tony.
See you in the next
That was fun stuff. All right, talk to you later. He's right. Anybody knows about Bay Area and Samoans? I remember some guys I used to hang around with. You know what they used to do? We were kids, right? They were already bigger than everybody else. That's just what they do. They get big. I remember all of a sudden we'd be walking down the street in the Mission District too sometimes. And that's not an area you want to mess up. Okay, and back in the day, it might be different now, but anyway, they'd be punching headlights out with fists. I'm serious. I used to freak out and laugh, but man, do you know what it takes to punch a headlight out of a car and laugh? And Bobo says, I live in Seattle and I still fly the 49ers colors. Bobo, there's no shame in that. Continue to do so. No matter what. Never kowtow to those folks. Beto!
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Bethel, man, we're sitting here doing the After Seattle thing that we always do. And Bethel, we're good at it now because we've done this more than any other team in the NFL.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, but it's unless people put it out there that what's going on, nothing's gonna happen, and because a lot of that shit was bullshit. But at the same time, think about it. A lot of these teams are winning right now. What they're doing, running the ball.
Oh,
look at Papa Dragon. He stole what I was gonna say, but. 2 complete passes, 1, and he only threw 3, and he won the game 14-10 against one of the best defense
Bethel,
in the NFL.
Bethel, let me just pick back on that real quick. I'll just only take a few seconds here. Listen, here's the thing. Yeah. People think it's a passing league when really, smash mouth, wear the other team out, beat them up, and did you see how the Buffalo team, they stacked them up. Well, all you got to do is stack the box. if you got a bunch of macho dudes that want to go mano con mano on the other team, you can make it work because the defense is going to end up working harder than the offense and just shove them back. And you've got a running back that's tough, he's going to win. They just ran Buffalo off the field. It still works. Forget about this. It's a passing league. You get a good running team out there, they'll steamroll a passing team. And they did.
Yeah, and and one of the things Kyle could have done also is look at what the Viking coach did. He called out George Kittle, and George Kittle said something, but he could have said, "Hey, if their offense would not been holding my defense, the game would not play like that." Yeah, when you call it out like that, people are gonna say something.
Yeah.
They're going to look at the film. They're going to go, hey, yeah, look at that. Look at that holding right there.
Yep.
I think that's the reason that they changed the primetime game to that, like that. They won't see the bullshit that the Seahawks are doing. And the thing that kind of pisses me off.
Well, the Seahawks record, too.
But the thing that pisses me off is Seahawks fans are all like, I don't care we still sweep you. Even though the referees, called off a bunch of flags on you guys and none on us, like they're so proud, like
I know
that. And
they got no shame.
And one of them is, I can't believe he said this, but he's all like, "Oh, we probably run the table." I'm all like, "How are you gonna run the table? The referees are not gonna help you cheat all the games. They're not gonna throw flags on the other team like they're doing that to us." So, I don't know. They probably won't win some other games.
They can't play Seattle every week, in Seattle every week.
No.
And that's where they get their most love, anyway. We can't get any home cooking in Santa Clara. But the Hawks, they live off that. I've seen more controversial calls in that place. And not only us, they did that with other teams, too.
Yeah, so the one thing that I am proud is our defense, dude. Our defense, there were probably 30 points, but, a lot of it wasn't their fault. A lot of it was the referees, calling some bullshit shit.
They're never going to say anything. Refs never get in trouble. I heard they get evaluated at the end of the year. But what do you do to them? You suspend them? You fine them? What do you do to them? They're not. Bill, what's that guy's name? Benovich? Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was working the game today. He's still working, and he's destroyed lives for years as a head referee. God, so
it's something has to be done, but it's just that people have to put it out there, and hopefully they hear, and they'll be. I think they should do that thing where that fifth man referee that looks at the screen and stuff. I think they should do something like that, because if the guy's looking at, that wasn't pass interference, or that wasn't helmet, pick up the flag.
Say something.
And
they don't always say anything about those. There's a few things they do can overturn, but it has to be a drop pass or to touch the ground or something like that, or say something before the guy has to use a challenge flag. But things like that, they rarely. I haven't seen it yet, Bethel. I haven't seen him say one thing about that yet. I may have missed one.
Our defense, we're playing hard, so they did what they did. I think
they did a great job, even without Fred.
Yeah,
they did a great job.
Yeah, it just I think some of the play calling that Kyle did, I don't know if the referee spooked them or something, got scared, and I can't do this, I can't do that. Referees are gonna throw flags on me, so I have to go this way, I have to do that. I'm all like, I don't know what goes on in his head, but I'm all like, dude, the important thing that he's supposed to do right there is, go and get the touchdown and now let our defense, stop Russell Wilson, and that's it. Don't worry about leaving them time. The important thing is, get that touchdown, because then you get what happened right there, where you don't get nothing. Now you lost the game.
And which has been the case right now. But we ran out of time.
Yeah.
I'll look for you on Wednesday and see if we can hear something we like. Like some
Yeah,
referees
hopefully.
getting fired.
Yeah, all right, Rumble. Always good show. Hit the like for Rumble Sports.
Thanks, man.
Let's go, Niners.
Appreciate you, Bethel.
All
We'll
right.
talk later.
All right, good night, Rumble.
Night. Yeah, this thing about it's a passing league, man. You know what? If you can't run, you're gonna get your butt beat. Look at the top teams right now. You look at the Patriots, number 3. Who's number 1? Green Bay's number 2. Who is NFC number 1? Hey, Atlanta's Tony. Tony. We tried to get Tony yesterday. He had this problem. Let's see if he can get in today. Tony? But I hear sounds in the background. Tony! Tony! I think Tony might be busy. Okay. Maybe we'll come back to Tony if he's got. Emilio!
What's happening?
We're still, this is that thing where I jump in other fans' faces with 40-winers. Hey, when's the last time you guys won a game or lost a game the referees didn't have everything to do with it? Look, dude, you know what? Don't start on me. No, Ronbo, you guys, I was watching your program the other day, and all you guys did is sit there and cry, wow, about the refs.
You want to know something?
Hey, go ahead.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
I was dealing with Raider fans.
Oh, they're the ones I'm talking. You knew what I was talking about, didn't you? Yep.
Hold on. They were talking shit all the whole time. You guys suck. I said, yep, we suck. It's okay. But I told them, you know what? At the end of the day, you the same old Raider. Oh, no, we finna go to the Super Bowl. I said, okay, that's fine. If you guys do, good luck and congratulations. I haven't heard a Raider fan since they've been losing 3 games in a row. You know what I mean? Well, they lost 2, and they beat the Cowboys. They started talking.
Oh, they got loud.
They lost to what? I haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard nothing. I said,
I didn't answer my phone for at least 2 weeks.
Fans? I said, it's fine. Now let's go to Seahawks fans. Okay, they won. That's their Super Bowl. It's fine. But if we don't make the playoffs, they not finna make the playoffs. And this is the first time they've had a losing season in so long. They finna know what it feels like. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what Seahawks. We lost, so what? I said, I'm getting tired. I've been hearing Niner fans on Instagram. I've been hearing Niner fans here everywhere. Y'all crying. I said, let the shit go. We lost. We didn't beat Seattle. We lost. Well, you keep complaining about the referee. So what? You know what? Like I told you yesterday, Ronbo. If we would have took the lead and not Jimmy wouldn't have turned the ball over and Benjamin wouldn't have fumbled, all this thing, we wouldn't have to deal with the referees. We inflicted our wounds. We dealt with it. So what? I give a damn about a zebra. If we ahead and winning the game, we don't have to worry about a zebra. It don't matter who's refereeing the game, who ain't refereeing the game. If we're ahead, we don't have to worry about a damn referee. That's just point blank, period, bottom line.
I know.
Y'all keep complaining about them, Mike. So what? We lost. It is what it is. At least we're still in the running to the playoffs. Well, the only people that can get us kicked out is ourselves. So if we can win and only say we can only lose one more game, that's fine. At least we get in and we look at Seattle and laugh at Seattle. Where you guys at? We lost to you twice. You got swept, so what? We haven't won in a while, so what? At least we can say we're not sitting in our couch in January, mid-January, playing the play. We might lose the first round, but at least say, Seattle, where the hell you guys at? Because every time they get in, what are they doing the first round? They lose. They've been losing the last couple of years. So now, even if we lose the first round, at least we got in, and you guys can't complain talking about how you guys play. Yeah, at least we got in. Where you guys at? From here on in, Russell Wilson might even be the quarterback for the team this year. Pete Carroll might be his last season as a coach. So they keep complaining, making fun of us. So what? Like I said.
There you go, Hawks fans.
I know we're going to be in a better shape than they are years to come. Like I said, our future's Trey Lance. And, with or without Shanahan, we're going to have a better team than Seattle years to come. So at that point, once they fall apart and they get rid of that team, we're going to be better than them.
There you go.
Like I
Hawks
said,
fans, I hope y'all taking notes.
Like I say, to us, Seattle, to us is what it's the Rams. We beat the hell out of the Rams. They complain. The referees we all say we beat you guys. No matter how bad we are, we beat the Rams. When it comes to Seahawks, we lose. So hey, it is what it is. That's just our kryptonite. It is what it is. We get them here and there when we can. The Rams do the same thing. They beat us when we can. At the end of the day, we beat up on the Rams. No matter how bad we are, we always beat up on the Rams. It is what it is. So stop complaining. We just lose to Seattle. We lose to Seattle. I hate Seattle. You know what? I hate the fans more than I hate the Seahawks. Seahawks be happy. Seahawks actually have a good team. I can't complain. They be having a good team. Well, I can't knock them when they have a better team than us. But I hate the fans more because they talk so much shit. They make it seem they're a dynasty. They're not. A dynasty wins three to four Super Bowls at least in a decade.
Yes.
They only won one, and they're talking shit. Okay, that's all you guys got. Oh, we've been to the Super Bowl this year, and then we say we got 5. Okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you guys only won Super Bowl within this. How long has Pete Carroll been with the team? About 15 years now? 12 years?
Something like that. And they've only attended the same amount of Super Bowls as we have in that length of time, too. We've been to 2. They've been to 2.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, the only thing they got, at least we won a Super Bowl. That's fine. But to have a dynasty, you need to win at least 3 Super Bowls within a decade. We've done that, so hey.
Yeah.
So
try to
the
copy
Rams
that.
haven't even done that. So Rams haven't been to Super Bowl, in 20 years?
The Rams got one Super Bowl, and it wasn't in L.A., okay? So it
was in St. Louis. I remember it was Kurt Warner.
The greatest show on turf.
Well-built team
Louis,
with what is his name? Mike March. What was his name? Mike March. That was it. So
yeah,
it is what. And then you look at the Cardinals. Cardinals been to the Super Bowl twice and lost them both. So twice. Is it twice?
Yeah.
But either way,
and they were not in Arizona either.
So no, they went to the Super. No, matter of fact, what's funny, Kurt Warner took them to the Super Bowl and they were in Arizona. So
wait,
what does
that's
that
right.
tell you?
You're right. I forgot about that one. Yeah, and got a whooping.
So it don't matter, like I say.
Yeah, we these people start talking.
It is what it is.
You get heated though when they come at you because they come at you with this viciousness. I want to, boy. I say, boy, don't call me no more, man. You know what? Every time I try to say something, you be talking about how good your team is, and then you start running it down to them. And you know what? They just lost their All-Pro tight end, the Raiders, and something else happened to them. Waller. Anyway, the Raiders are done. And the Hawks are done. So, I'm glad you underlined that. We got to go now, but that was beautiful.
But at the end of the day, on to next week. If we beat Cincinnati, we're in a better spot. Like I said, our thing is Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring on Cincinnati. We lost whatever, because I was watching the game with my brother-in-law. He calls himself a Patriots fan. I'm sitting next to him. He's over here cheering for Seattle. I look at him, dude. I'm sitting next to him. I said, dude, are you a Patriots fan or a Seahawks fan? Because he was out cheering. He said, I don't like the Niners. I said, dude, I don't like certain teams, but you're never going to hear me cheer for a team like I'm rooting for that team. Like I said, I like watching football. I don't care. It can be the Bills and the Chiefs. Or, as long as it's a good game, I'm like, damn. I like it. I'm like, damn, that was a good catch or whatever. But I'm like, this dude, I was like, dude, you're rooting. It makes no sense. As
a Patriot fan, there's no bitterness, no rivalry, no connection between Patriot fans and 49er fans. And unless you're going to talk about Tom Brady versus Joe Montana. But other than that, Patriot there's no vested interest.
And it makes no sense. I asked him, why do you even like the Patriots? You live in the Bay. I like Tom Brady. I said, that's it? You don't
Okay,
have no
that's-
real other reason? I
see,
said,
that's
because
why he doesn't like the
they
Niners.
were winning Super Bowls during the time. I said, that's a horrible reason. But I was like, you know what?
Bandwagon,
lucky-
baby. You know this.
That's true. He's lucky he was my brother-in-law, because I would have punched him in the mouth just for cheering. I wanted to punch him in the mouth so
Just to
bad.
make you mad?
I had my fist butt up. I said, I forgot. I'm like, dude, I'm so lucky my brother-in-law would have punched you in the mouth just for
I've
cheering
had
for the
cousins.
Seahawks.
I don't
Sit
want to
next
punch
to
them
me.
as bad as I want to choke them. No, I just want to get my hands on the neck and just choke. Man, we can
I
look at us.
just wanted to
We're
hit him
getting
in the
violent.
mouth and say, shut the fuck. I was like, shut the F up. But I had to really think who he was for a second. I was like, okay, I got to really. I said, dude, don't you got somewhere to go? I said, shut up.
It's amazing how hot you can
anyway.
get talking sports. I'll see you midweek, okay? God.
But remember, Ron, let this go, man. Y'all need to stop fighting about the
We're
refs
done.
and let
It was a
go. Like
24-hour
I said,
rule.
I understand it, but
I agree.
we lost. It is what it is. On to Cincinnati. It is just, we got to worry about
Right.
winning the rest of these games and trying to get in a better spot. And
Right.
one last thing. You know what? I think that Rams game is going to determine where we sit. Just watch.
Probably.
It's all going to boil down to it. And I guarantee they put that game on Sunday night.
Oh, God, yes. All right, Emilio, we got to roll.
Like they did it the Super Bowl year,
Yes.
it's going to be the same thing. Watch.
Here we
It's gonna
go.
that's going to be a determinant for where we sit in the playoffs.
There you go.
Just
Emilio
watch.
he just made that prediction. All right, Emilio, I'll see you Wednesday. All right, man.
All right, you have a good night, Ronbo.
You do. It's amazing. The only person I think that I can have a sports argument with, and not get pissed off, is probably my parents, maybe. But brothers and sisters and cousins and everything else, there cannot be a weapon in the room. It's amazing. You get boiled. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, what it is,
I've been looking for you for 2 days. Because I was
Ronbo, I wanted to give you guys a break because, man, y'all was awfully mad yesterday.
No, but it's been okay for you to talk because the thing is, that's why I said, here's Tony, Misery loves company, because I watched you guys trying to deal with Tom and his buddies, and then we came up short against the guys that whoop us every time they see us. And I said, well, you know what, you guys, we can just group hug,
Ronbo, if you saw our game, Ronbo, Tom Brady did not get touched. It's like it was a scrimmage for their offense. They didn't even get close enough to smell his cologne. It was crazy, Ronbo. I had a bad feeling, but it's like it was a scrimmage. I'm like, man, put some pressure. They didn't put no pressure on Brady. It was a scrimmage.
Isn't that frustrating?
They could have took him out and put the second string quarterback in there.
And that's what
he
happened
would
to
have
him.
had success too.
Tony, that's what happened to him in the Super Bowl too. Brady stood back there. That's why I was laughing, because I says, okay, every time the Chiefs try to get at Brady, the referee throws a flag. The Chiefs, these are flags, ref, that you could have threw last year, the year before, when we was playing the Chiefs, and you wouldn't throw. Now you're throwing flags. Even I don't agree with it. I don't like the Chiefs. So I'm amused by the moods and actions of the referees and how they actually determine who wins and loses games. And then in your case, you watch that offensive line, and Brady sitting back there, like you said, running a scrimmage or holding a clinic on how to run an offense. And I said, I went through that with the 49ers years before Lynch and Shanahan.
I saw your game too, Ronbo.
Oh,
that was horrific. 13 penalties to 5. Come on, man.
And how many of them was legitimate? I'm telling you right now, and they wouldn't call anything on the Hawks. I know we're not supposed to continue to whine about it. It's my last day whining about it. But when I seen people's clothes getting torn off them, no holding was called. That thing went on in the end zone to end the game. No, you didn't see that either, ref. If it had been us, that PI flag would have been out there so fast, it would have knocked one of our guys out. But no. We're going to call on you 49ers. We're going to call to the tune of 13 times. And if you guys can't straighten up, we're going to start ejecting players as well. I thought that was next, because somebody's going to get mad. Because, Tony, a lot of times you get a flag thrown you, Kraft, the bleep wrong with you? I'm trying to play ball here. I'm trying to win a game. You can't do your damn job? Then get out of my face. And then that's well, now I'm going to get teed up. And my coach is going to be mad at me. My teammates are trying to contain me. I probably would have been as bad as Josh Norman when nobody could talk to him that day. But you know what? Your fuse is that short when it comes to these kind of things. You're in the heat of a battle. The passion gets crazy. And they're throwing flags. I just didn't believe it.
And then y'all still had a chance to win at the end.
Right.
Just couldn't get it done, Ronbo, that play in the end zone, if Kyle Shanahan's going to call a pass play, throw a safe, high percentage swing pass to the back. Don't be looking downfield.
And give him a chance to use his athleticism, right? Yeah.
Yes. He looked. He don't have time to sit back there and look when he's in the end zone because they were coming. As you saw, Carlos Dunlap got there.
But Tom Compton, they try to blame Tom, the new right tackle. He's not supposed to let that man get in there like that. When a guy jumps up like that, there's nothing that offensive lineman can do. It's going to happen by surprise, suddenly.
Put him on his behind. And like they used to say, if you got to hold him, excuse my French, then hold his ass.
Yeah.
Just don't let him touch your quarterback.
Yeah. Run the risk of getting a foul called on you, but just steamroll. Get him out of here. Just sit there and watch.
Exactly.
That comes from me.
It was good to see the great Adrian Peterson back playing. He looks better with Seattle than he did with Tennessee.
That's because he's playing us. But you know what I really did enjoy?
Yeah.
When he ran in to DJ Jones, and Jones caught him, looked like a baseball. Jones's body didn't move, and Adrian Peterson's a strong dude. I think I underestimated DJ Jones. I've always known he was buck strong, but I didn't know how strong he was. He caught Peterson like a baseball. I didn't even know that was Peterson, and dropped him like a bad habit. I said, "Woo, look at DJ, damn."
Yeah.
So
who you guys got this week?
Oh, we get lucky and we get to play the Bengals now. See, and we lost our best secondary guy. So Jamar Chase is going to be, I don't know what he's going to do to us. If we can't get to Burrow and make him uncomfortable, we got a problem.
Their offensive line's pretty good, too. You guys also, you got Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is a monster.
And
Y'all better watch out for Tyler Boyd. Boyd in that slot.
And Mixon is doing a number 2. So, I don't know. This does not look like a good matchup. We were supposed to win this game and have that game to lose if we're going to lose. And now you stand a large chance of losing 2 in a row. Although they lost yesterday, I guess because of Burrow's finger, but he says his finger's feeling great now. They didn't look like I expected them to. I was kind of surprised. Wow. I thought they were.
So you guys got the last playoff spot, right?
Right now.
Yeah.
Hey, where is?
Well, that's okay. Y'all got help coming because in 2 weeks y'all play us. We come out there, so y'all.
Well, we'll see. I don't take nothing for granted now. I do think though, if Debo comes back, their offense is all in one piece. The 49ers, I don't think they were ready to play without Debo. I think they tried, but Debo brings an element to the game that nobody on our roster does. George Kittle comes close, but George needs Debo, and Debo needs George. So you put them both together, now you've got the full pie together. So,
Ronbo, who's that one receiver for y'all? 81 was his number. Who was that guy?
Trent Sherfield.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah,
they
Sherfield's
from a lot, but
he's okay. He's not bad at all. He was just molested in the end zone.
I love Jennings. If y'all want to trade him to us, y'all need to get Jennings the ball, man.
I forgot about him.
I like that kid.
He didn't even.
I like that kid, man.
He's a good kid. He didn't even get a chance. I didn't see him. I just realized something. He wasn't involved yesterday.
Kyle Shanahan, man, you got to get the players involved. They can't do nothing if they don't get touches. They can't do nothing if they just. And the classic example of that is Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk needs more than 4 or 5 touches.
I know he's developing into this. Brandon Ayuk is going to be even. I mean, he's going to be really good at some point. I got a feeling he's got all the tools you need to be a stud. So we're going to see about him.
But look who's balling out for you, Ronbo. It ain't with y'all no more. Kendrick Bourne is showing out in New England, man.
See, every time I watch highlights of New England, 84 flashes across the screen.
And I know
Look
you
at
like. I
Kendrick.
remember when he was here in San Francisco, you loved Kendrick Bourne.
I
He always got those first downs for y'all.
I could recognize talent, and people didn't like him. He had drops. But I said, I'm going to tell y'all one thing. Kendrick Bourne can play football. I don't care what anybody says. He can play. I mean, he may drop the ball here and there, but he'll make them clutch plays and come up with sudden game. You know, he's one of the fastest guys in the league going in and out of a route. That in itself makes him.
He's taking a couple of passes to the house, 40,
And
50 yards.
That shocked me, too. He ran right between the seam and on into the end zone. I seen him tightrope a highlight the other day. I said, you know, I always was a Kendrick fan. I tell you, man. And you know what he did one day on Twitter? I'm sitting there, and I backed him up, too. Kendrick said, all right, y'all, because what we do, we attack people on our team. We were going after him right and left, just tearing his Twitter up. He just came out and said, all right, next person that comes at me, man, I'm going to just start having a block party. I said, Kendrick, good for you. I'm telling you, good for you. Do it. You know, I said, come on, y'all be doing that to people like that. And then he's on our team. And then he went after Mostert. They went after his wife, Tony. I was so ashamed. Oh, Niner fans, what are we doing? You gonna go after Mostert's wife because he got hurt? Like he did it on purpose? The hell is wrong with you? So a few of us got together, and we had a bunch of people backed me up. We said, hey, we talked to his wife. Listen, if you'd like to share some of the names of some of those people that tweeted you, we'd love to have a talk with them. I was trying to, because I know ladies, they're going to say, well, no, it's okay. You know, but if I try to trick her into giving us some names. I love going after people like that. God, Jesus, that's setting me on fire. What the hell's wrong with you?
And I can't believe that Russell Wilson is 17-4 against y'all. I'm like,
believe
damn,
it, Tony.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's ownership. That's right. That's why you just had who was that? Just said we can't call it a rivalry. It's not a rivalry. No, it's not. You call a rivalry when you win on other teams' field. We've won twice, 2 times, and one was with Alex Smith. Nobody since Alex Smith, and that was before he got traded. Nobody but Alex Smith and Cap never did win out there. None of the other guys we've had won out there, and Jimmy's won out there once in 2019. That's it, 2 times.
Well, Ronbo, I got some short news for you. You know, Calvin Ridley's out with the mental thing. Fans are crying and going off, which I don't care, you know, because he's going through mental stuff. They said he was spotted at the game at Mercedes-Benz, the Georgia-Alabama game this Saturday. So now they crying. He can be on Alabama sideline, which I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I saw the game on TV, but people in the stands that were at the game said they seen it. But he can't be on the field with us, so don't be surprised if Calvin Ridley gets traded.
Okay, but you know what? People are going to say what they say. I don't know if ownership is going to take all that into consideration. Now, they may talk amongst themselves and decide Ridley's too good of a player. Because, you know, a lot of players get to ride. Look at A.B. Tony, A.B. has done everything a man can do to get kicked out of the league, actually.
Yeah.
He'll be back in 3 weeks because he's a good ball player.
I hope
Ridley,
not.
same thing.
I was done with him when he did what he did in Oakland, because Oakland, Las Vegas, they rolled out the red carpet for him, and for him to treat them the way he treated them, he should have been done then.
I know, right? I mean, A.B. is just, well, he is the epitome of evil. I mean,
Ronbo, he didn't pay his personal chef, and now his personal chef is
I heard about that.
airing out secrets about his personal life. How can you not pay your employees?
You know,
that doesn't look good.
I don't know. He could play football, but AB's got some citizenship issues to deal with, man. I'm telling you, maybe you be doing the stuff you doing. That time he threw that ottoman all over his balcony and onto the street. I heard about that. I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Tony, he could have killed somebody. What's wrong with you?
I knew AB was messed up in 2016, week 1, 2016, the year we went to the Super Bowl. When they were in Washington on Monday night, when he scored that touchdown and he started twerking, I said, he's ghetto as hell. He's ghetto.
I know that was ew. I tried to block that out of my memory. That was ew. That was disgusting.
Yeah, I said, that's gay. I said, women's supposed to do that, not men. I said, that's gay as hell. He got fined $28,000 for that too.
Hell, it looked nasty. All right.
Yeah.
So we gotta go though. We're having too much fun. I mean, hey, I'll be back midweek looking for you though. All right.
Yes, sir. And I believe that the referees were on the phone with Roger Goodell. Hey, you better make sure that Seattle doesn't get any calls.
Yeah.
San Francisco does.
And they followed that to the letter too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fam. I'll tell you what. I'll see you Wednesday. All right.
All right. Take care, sir.
All right. Night, Tony. Yeah. And as I say, misery loves company. Tony's suffering. We're suffering. And he's gonna come to visit us in a couple of weeks. His team. He already believes that I ain't saying nothing, man. The 49ers, unless they get out of that Jekyll and Hyde thing. You know, family, I got a feeling this is just a Seahawks 49er thing. Watch the 49ers look good this week. I don't get it. It can't be explained. Anyway, I will see you Wednesday looking for good news. All right? Meantime, keep your chin up, fam. We still got this. And thanks for the contribution tonight. Niners! Oh.